Welcome. Let's check out a game called My Liege. A person by the name of, a person with the title and name of Chief Executive Penguin Addison sent me a key for this game, and I thought I would check it out. The description of it kind of reminded me a bit of Norland, which is a game that I'm still having fun with. Quite the long intro, though. Either this is the game going on right now, but I think it's the intro. Tutorial controls. It's quite a bit of stuttering in a way, or maybe it's just frame skipping. Each week you will have matters to attend to, listed as notifications on the right of your screen. When finished handling the matters, select the next week button to move forward. Okay, good. So it is turn-based. Pan the camera, WSD. Can't do it right now. Q and E, rotate. That's good. R and F to raise and lower the camera. All right. I'll try to remember that. Mouse wheel up and down. That I can probably remember. And pause menu. All right, so we got some really, and this is not a negative. We got some basic controls. There are some games where they just jump out of nowhere. And it took me a while to get used to it, but like Robin Hood is control for down and space for up. You want to see the tutorial during this act? Yes. Excellent, as you wish, my lord. Welcome to my liege. Thou art, I would probably say art. Thou art greeted in thine keep by an older member of the house. They bow as they approach. Greetings, my lord. I would say thine in this case, thine steward, Glaemon. As lord of our small yet noble house Storm, can I click on this? Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Edit. We'll leave that alone for now, I just was curious. Thou art sworn to serve thine liege lord, High Lord Bennington of Crestall. All right, I'm not going to try to convert it to Old English. I'm just going to read what they have. Thy goal is to manage your affairs to the best of your abilities while balancing the needs of your house people and liege lord. Now, if thou wilt follow me, let us be off for the family editor so we can customize thyself and thy noble family. All right, let's go and see what he has to say about customization. Say the word and I gather the rest of the family meet thou here. There. Excellent, my lord. Follow me and I shall prepare the menu for you. I feel like we should have some sort of other name for a town, but I'm trying to think of what would be like a nice stormy name. Shh. I have no idea. I mean, there's lightning and thunder. That's about the extent of my storm knowledge goes. Zappington. Zappingtown. Zaptown. Sigil color, I guess we'll just leave it mustard. That's not very, oh, how about gold? Yeah, we'll do with gold. When colored in like sketchbooks and stuff, it's generally a yellow bolt. But in real life, if I've ever seen lightning, I would say it's probably, I don't know, bluish white maybe? Maybe not. Oh, hey, there's orange light. Let's see what that one looks like. Yeah, I think we'll go with that one. Well, no, that's the same as their skin tone. All right, we'll go with gold for the time being. Rename everybody if we wish to. We're just gonna leave them pretty much alone, but we can add items. What kind of items can we add? Body belt, another shoulder cape, cloak and shoulder cape. We're gonna go and X that, and we'll kind of leave them default for the time being. This person is humongous, right? No, maybe not. Okay, this is the child. You have a chili bowl here. I wonder if we can change that a little bit. Is that a hat? Oh, you're the heir. I can't rotate. That's a little... I mean, I would like to be able to rotate so I can see what the back of your head looks like. Put you back on... Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay. Well, we got Abigail and Thorin Storm. We'll just leave them alone for now. Maybe I should give them all the same hair color though, because I bet I have trouble telling everybody apart since there's no visual. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe I can't edit anymore. Yeah, I probably should have given them a similar style, so that way I could easily tell everybody apart. Barrels misdelivered this week, 17. That seems to be the only two buildings we select. This one, which is a barracks. Lunch breaks this week, 52. Guard of the week, Sir Pounce. And this bazaar, is that how you say it? Or trading post, marketplace? Oh, nope, that's not what I really meant to do. Here we go. Okay, I guess I missed my chance to edit my people. Oh, here we go. Alright, let's give them all a similar hair color. Since they're Storm, we'll give them orange hair. So we have Thorum, is the heir. Abigail is the sibling, I guess. Edit. Okay, you've got that already. There we go. They all have blondish hair. Maybe I should give them cloaks too. But then I start making everybody uniform. You know what? Let's go ahead. We'll give them all cloaks so that I can at least kind of tell them apart. Customize every family member in your house. Let's hear. Adores knights and stories of heroes. Okay, now we've done that. Do we just go to next week? Because I haven't done anything for this turn. I feel like there's a lot of, it's not stuttering, but skipping. I may need to turn down my graphics down to high, I suppose, and see if that makes it smoother of an experience. Now I need to look for any cloak. Whoa, there's a whole, okay, there's way more back here. Also, I think the Q and E are, yeah, E, it does feel like it's correct. Sometimes I feel like they're inverted the way the developers have them, whereas Q goes the opposite direction that I would anticipate. That's pretty huge. This is not a platformer. Attempt to jump. I was trying to go up, but it's R and F. How about shift? Is that an achievement? No. Jeez, this place is humongous. This is not even the same place we were looking at before. But there's no people here. So I guess it doesn't matter much. I think I've just gone out into the weeds already, or I think that's what you say when you're gone to nowhere. Yeah, let's hit next week. Cute. A foreboding prophecy. The local shaman claims winter shall arrive almost a full month earlier, worrying many of the farmers. Good lord, we need more help in the fields to bring in the harvest ere it freezes. My house steward informs thou that winter often starts early December, and in typical winter thou needs at least 3 out of 5 food to last till spring. Yet if winter doth arrive early, we may be in for a long winter and require more food than normal. I guess the merchants can help. You know what, since we are in the tutorial, maybe we'll be safe for a moment, so we'll just send some of the house guard to help in the fields. Oh, it tells us directly, okay. This shall leave us thin for guard duty, yet we should be able to fare. So, swords become farmers, up bread, up money. It is the merchants who manage the winter food stores, yet with no food to store, they would be hapless. Shaman has been wrong ere, yet it may be unwise to ignore somebody the common folk bear in high regard. Yeah, we're gonna do the ask question. Oh, we can ask first. What is the worst case would we not get all of the food harvested? Our food stores are already low, my lord. We would run out of food ere the thaw of winter. I can't ask more questions? Alright. Some of the guards. Gramercy, my lord. With their help we shall be done in no time. Whee, I like that. It's nice. Cute. That's cute. At least I'd be less like to get stabbed now. Tutorial matters. Each week you have matters that need your attention. As the lord of your house, you decide how they should be addressed, yet do not have control over how well those actions are carried out. You'll be presented with a list of options. For each option, one of your advisors will help guide you with their opinions. Some matters you will also have the opportunity to ask an additional question to get more context. You must address all matters before advancing. However, you can elect to return later if you need to address other matters first or need time to review the situation. Fine day for toil if ever there were one. The stats in the top right corner tell you how your house is managing in different important areas. Each stat has two parts, the current value and the future value or long-term trend. Your current value or supply is how many of the icons are filled in with color. Short-term decisions or events will impact your current values. For example, buying food gives you a boost to current food, but does not improve your long-term outlook. The future value or long-term trend is shown by how many icons are outlined in black. Also shown by a black triangle under the icons. Okay, I like the black triangle, that makes it a lot easier to see. As time passes, your current value or supply will go up and down to match. Long-term planning and decision will impact your future values. For example, building more farms or hiring more farmers will boost your future food values. Let's do the tutorial first this time. I'm gonna redecorate the steward. To learn more about your people and how certain jobs are going, you can click on your people in certain buildings. When the person or building is outlined, you can click to open the menu. No, he just disappears. He's probably not even a real person. Let's do the Whisperhead. Sounds like a tavern issue. Whilst working in the study, Mag Matthias enters to meet with you. Fluent with peasants. House's Whisperhead maintains a network of spies for the house. Oh, we definitely got to get you a cloak. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and if you do really well, I'll give you new hair. But for the time being, you can be balding. Though officially they are simply the town shaman, they are also thy house Whisperhead in charge of a network of informants throughout the valley. My lord, I praise thy judgment in helping the farmers. They were quite worried after my prophecy. Those whispers came all the way from the Liege shamans in the capital, Cresthall. I can't not think of a more reputable source. I may not have whisper ears everywhere, yet I still know much about how the other houses operate. I hope that I keep our own secrets safe as well. Of course, knowing what others say is only valuable if they know not thy thoughts. Messenger from Lord Carlbridge comes asking to buy our flour. In exchange, they offer a meager payment and access to their master-at-arms for training our guard. Ask a question. Doth our guard stand to learn from their master-at-arms? Setting mind pride aside, yes, our guards are well trained, yet the Carlbridge master-at-arms hath experience in the capital that we lack. Except, encourage the guard to take part in the training. So it'd be so exciting to train with the knight, I wish I could go. Oh, that's cute, because she does like knights. Gramercy, my lord. Lord Carlbridge shall be most pleased to hark this. Hark this. I've never visited Ridgemont before. Okay, we've lost more military because they're away for training. Merchants are encountering a rise in thefts as of late. They complain that they are being left with no choice yet to raise prices or take justice into their own hands. Proclaim that anyone needing to steal can join the fort for food and work. The people just want our help. We cannot seal our eyes to their troubles. So it's up in flag. What is flag? Morale. If we allow these transgressions, we risk High Lord Sir Bennington thinking we are ill fit to rule. We might not but protect those that live in Zappington town. We do have plenty of gold, but we're going to try this option. We'll lose some food, I guess. Oh, because we're giving it away, not because they're stealing it. Morale will go up. Thou would reward those that robbed me of my livelihood? Oh, gracious, my lord, I just hope they do not interpret this as crime is encouraged. Well, if the carrot doesn't work, we'll bring out the stick. Meeples. Can't click on any of that. Can't hover. Okay. I'm not sure what this arrow means. We were gonna lose food, but we got arrows to the right. We get little shields. There's a lot of personality here. They just shoved the dude out of the way. Okay, so all the soldiers have the gray padded hat things. Tutorial Ancestry. You can use the Ancestry menu to learn more about the people you're interacting with, as well as customize their names and look. The top portion displays houses, including the high house and those sworn to them. Selecting a house displays that house's family tree below, complete with additional details about the house and ability to edit them. Selecting a person displays that person's details, as well as ability to customize their name and appearance. Training update. We have sent several of our guard to keep and receive training from the House Carlbridge Master-at-Arms, Sir Filliard. An early letter sent by him confirms that they are being treated as guests and the training is no diverse than what the House Carlbridge Guard receives. Okay. They're saying it's the same training that we get. Bennington guest. Sir Godfrey Mallister, sworn companion of High Lord Bennington, arrived. Who is High Lord Bennington? We keep seeing this name. I don't want to edit, I just want to see where he's at in the Ancestry tab. Confident in position of power. High Lord of House Bennington. Or we'll look after this mission, or quest. Greetings, Lord Storm. Sorry for arriving unannounced, yet my guard and I are visiting High Lord Bennington's behalf. We don't have enough for feast. Ask a question. Say to me more about Sir Godfrey Mallister. They are one of High Lord Bennington's most trusted advisors. While having no official office as a sworn companion, they carry out whatever the High Lord needs done. Welcome. The people toil ere winter, yet the hospitality of Zappington is yours. We cannot comply. We lack the materials to host a feast. Yeah, we don't have food. Let me double check that. And we have 2.5 units of food and 3.5 units of gold. Man, you must require a lot for that. We has no time for pageantry with winter approaching. Best to only cater to our travel-weary guests and bear court to hearken what they have to say. Quite thoughtful, Lord Storm. Mine men will appreciate the rest, and we shall meet on the morrow to discuss matters of the state. So now we're at 0.1 food. Oh, maybe we have nothing. Maybe we basically have nothing. Okay. I thought this was bread being filled in because of it being brown, but that brown is just the color of the flag. Alright, so Lord Bennington is our High Lord. We serve him. Smallest noble house sworn to House Bennington. That's us. Ground wheat flour for the watermill is our main export. I imagine this would be less confusing if I actually had any food, so it would be colored differently. But I would say that maybe the color of the background should not so closely resemble that. I can't do anything else. Let's do winter first. Winter will anon be upon us, and the High Lord is filling up the Crest Hall granaries lest of an emergency. Is there aught that Zappington can spare? Lord, we can't still apply. We lack the food. We are worried our own granary shall be empty ere winter is done. We has not to grant. We have no spoon to spit. We canst not adventure others taking advantage of us without knowing they'd return the favor. Would we be able to use the Crest Hall granary? Would we run short of food? Forsooth, any under the High Lord's protection should their situation falter. This hath been an unfortunate, difficult harvest. Much of the realm is in a like place. We lost honor? No, that's not. No, it's look. I get that we picked the worst choice out of all of that, but we didn't have it to give with. That's like saying peasants have no honor because they can't give $1 billion to somebody or gold. I bring word that the coastal raiders west of High Lord Bennington's seat, Crest Hall, has been growing more troublesome as the year grows old. The High Lord is handling matters currently, yet should hostilities continue much longer, we want to know where we can bid on for more men. Let's ask a question. How like is it that the High Lord shall call the banners, wouldst thou say? A month since, not like at all. I am having so much trouble reading this. Yet now the situation grows more dire with each passing week. High Lord Bennington can count on us to fight. This year's newest recruits may be green, yet they are content to fight. Sir Bennington shall crave our word, yet we can't adventure breaking up ward either. It would be near impossible to get the harvest in with our most able-bodied god defending someone else's lands. Oh. I guess we really need to work on this harvest. Alright, we cannot afford to send soldiers. Sorry. Tis unfortunate, yet good to hark thy commitment to thine people. Yeah, I would say that's more honorable. I'm defending my people. Wow, my dude has no honor now. I'm trying to take care of people here. These are the decisions the game has you work with. Rumor Carlbridge. Yeah, we did have the whole thief thing. Our guards have been training with Carlbridge Master-at-Arms have returned. They reported that a group of Carlbridge soldiers has been acting odd around them, and they hark rumors of something of a fun surprise coming up. It is unclear what any of this means, so I wonder if they're just being paranoid. My lord, our store of hay unfortunately has the mold problem. About half of the stored hay for the animals hath gone ill. We have most little supplies as it is. Feed it to the oldest animals. Let's see what our options are. The animals shall get sick if we feed this to them. There's no use for it. We cannot afford to replace the hay and shall barely hast enough for the winter as it is. I guess feed it to the oldest animals and we'll eat the ones that die? I'm not sure. No, it's probably not. Alright, fine, throw it out. Alright, throw it out. Tis unfortunate, yet it might not be done. We shall burn it at once. I don't know if burning's the way to go. Okay, I can kind of see a little pip of food there. So the arrows, I think, indicate how fast it's recovering to the long-term plan. There are reports of robbery on the road twixt Zappingtown and the High Lord's seat, Crest Hall. As 'tis the main road connecting Zappingtown to the rest of the valley, 'tis well traveled with many merchant caravans. I'm gonna pick this one. Would we lose any more guard from town than we risk crime running rampant at home? We must not let the bad men hurt us. What would the High Lord say? The High Lord can rest assured trade in their domain will continue unharassed. House Store Millers has reported that some people from House Carlbridge has been threatening them at the watermill near the border of our lands. They started showing up armed and has been getting confrontational, trying to demand they get to use the watermill too. I'm not sure what the top one really is getting at. I mean, he just said it happened. We're going to ask this one for now, since we only ask up to one question. Hath anyone been hurt? No, they hath not harmed us, yet hast been implying they will, would we do not hark. See what the all of the options say. This shall leave us thin for guard duty, yet we want to keep watermill operational. This our main source of income. The gentle and honorable thing is to try to grant the benefit of the doubt and include Lord Carlbridge in their solution. But Carlbridge and their soldiers has never respected us and only understand force. That's not to create conflict, but they want to use the watermill. We can share it till winter arrives. This may limit hostilities, yet this shall cut to our profits, my lord. Ground flour is our livelihood. I'm probably too nice to be doing that. I may need to rule with more of an iron hand. Let's see what Carlbridge is like, though. They did train our guys, at least. They helped us in the past, but only when it has benefited them. Second largest house. Who's the largest house? It's one of these two, but... Small but rich house. Okay, it must be this one. Produces much of the food used by the High Lord, so Lord's stock. The guards that have been sent out to chase the bandits along the main road return home today. My lord, the guards were able to find the bandits and root out their camp. Unfortunately, they fled, and we could take them into custody. Yet we have no sightings for trouble since. For now, the guards are returning to their normal duties. Messenger arrived this morrow, returning from Bridgemont, bearing the seal of House Carlbridge. We received thy offer and must decline, as 'twould not be right to rent the use of a watermill that rightfully belongs to House Carlbridge. We ask proof that shows the border betwixt our land has been wrongfully followed for the past 3 generations. The river has served as the border since the founding of our houses, yet where the river forks around Miller Island, the original path of the river was on the south side. Thus, Miller's Island and the flour mill on it rightfully falls in our borders, and we are striding to correct this injustice that was leveled against mine issue over a decade since. Okay. Do we have any knowledge of what they claim? Our oldest maps has the wider North Fork as where the original path went. That's the wider North Fork is where the original... So he's saying that he's lying? Because it says here the original path was on the south side. Let's return later. I wanna look at this. So which way? Unfortunately, we don't get a compass, but we're gonna assume that. All right, that's fine. Just make a decision. Oh, we can ask another question if we just leave. I'm sure that. I mean, maybe it's kind of intentional because they. Oh no, it's. I can't even click on this. Okay. All right. Well, obviously he's not gonna really care to talk to us anymore. So. Thou claims to have proof that the watermill is theirs. Demand we see it and judge for ourselves to claim. Now we're just gonna. This shall leave us dead for guard duty, but we might not allow our neighbors to truly steal from us as they please. We'll march by end of day and compose camp at the watermill. The fall weather this year has become exceptionally wet, it's making it difficult to bring in the harvest. We can only hope that it dries in the coming weeks. Yay, we have no food. Now we're agreed to by a miller that is nearly out of breath from the journey. Power Bridge soldiers has attacked the watermill. The guards were able to protect their right, yet we couldn't prevent a skirmish from breaking out. We suffered no casualties. They were yelling that they were reclaiming the watermill that was wrongfully taken from House Carbridge. We are sorry, my lord. We fled the mill after it were clear there were too many of them. Of what quantity of men were there that attacked thou? It were a bobbling group, my lord, only a half dozen or so. Right out in force. This outrage cannot stand. We can't not allow our neighbors to threaten us with impunity. When Carbridge thinks thou can hide from the actions of their people, we might not but meet and condemn these actions. We're riding on force. We should gather our forces and make haste on the morrow. Carbridge men shall not threaten the watermill for long. My lord is counting on us. We shall make them proud. I be embarrassed for running there. I shall reclaim mine honor. Won't hit close yet. I want to see them run. See where they go. Whee! They're just gonna run back and forth, I suppose. Can we join the rest of the group? Someone here is thinking. There we go. They threaten us and we offer a deal to them. I'd much sooner grant them a piece of my mind with mine sword instead. Yeah, I think I picked the options that gave me the most military might, at least. We got training, and then we fought the bandits, and we kept our soldiers for ourselves rather than sending them out. The Master at Arms greets thou with a confident stride. My lord, we have successfully retaken the watermill from those Carbridge swine. We pushed them back across the river, and they made camp less than an hour's ride a roint, according to our scouts. Our soldiers await thy order. Would we do not should they be back and attack again? It is unlikely they would stop after breaking the peace. Let's see what this... I'm going to pick the second one, likely. Finish what they started, send a message. They spilt blood on our land first. We shall not be safe until that encampment is cleared. We need the militia home and preparing for winter. House Carbridge learned their lesson. If they attack us again, the High Lord could hear of it. We're no better than them if would we ride out and attack the lands. We bear the watermill to winter with ease now. Most well, sir. We shall haste the guard dig in and patrol the river lest they compose a counterattack. I like that we get to see that the guys work back at the miller. Like, that shows an actual difference there. Rather than just being an event flag that says, we get mill. create a defensible position. Morale was down. Why is morale down? I mean, maybe it was one of the things that showed up and I didn't notice. Oh, no, our morale is temporarily higher, and it's going to try to settle back down to where the arrow is. I get it. Let's do the fair weather first. We finally has drier weather, and the farmers can work in the fields. They are so encouraged that they are working with a new conviction. A messenger arrived on the morrow from the High Lord's seat Crest Hall. Lord Storm, the High Lord hath summoned the banners. Our western enemies, the Faraways, from across the Thin Bay, has continued their seaborne raid and has landed soldiers on the coastal provinces. The High Lord needs all able-bodied fighters from their sworn house to defend the coastal provinces. Doth we realistically has an option? We are a sworn house of the High Lord, and this is one of our most important duties. Would we refuse to call arms, we are left to their forgiveness. We'll pick the middle one for now, but let's see what the other options say. This is our chance for glory and to impress upon the High Lord Bennington our skill and honor. We must take this opportunity. There's little chance we store enough food and deal. With the threat of Lord Carbridge attacking again, would we send the small folk right? Alright, we're gonna pick this one. We can't not decline, yet we need to keep some of the men home for defense and for the harvest. We shall put together the best troop of Zappington Town soldiers, and send them to Crest Hall for a fight. Grant mercy, my lord. Our High Lord will be most pleased to heart this news. I shall take it to him at once. Honor up, food down. I gotta name the town to Zappington because I keep saying that. I want to name him like Poo Poo Head or something, but we'll leave him alone. We will take a look at the Lord, however. Unquestioned patriarch of the house, rumored to be unforgiving at times with local families that fail to meet expectations. So if we were going to send soldiers anyways, I might as well have promised before. The storm troop hath arrived in Crest Hall and joined the larger house's army. They shall be heading to the coastal provinces to hopefully be home ere the start of winter. Yeah, right, they're not going to be home. Our scouts has reported that Lord Carbridge hath sent a bobbling army of their own to the coastal conflict. This should make it very difficult for them to continue to mount hostilities towards us. A messenger from the capital has arrived bearing a letter from the High Lord. Mind Lord Storm, thy troop hath told my knights tales of thy recent conflict with Lord Carbridge. I canst not have two of my sworn houses at each other's throats, so I'm expecting the peaceful resolution thou hast reached with Lord Carbridge to bear. Oh, the peaceful resolution. I hast learned of claims that they believe the watermill to be on their lands originally. If this was the case, my scholars shall inform me, and we shall find some other way to have resolved this issue than bloodshed. I appreciate thou handling matters the way thou did, as good as any lord could be expected. Please let Crest Hall know if thou require any aid after the trouble they hath brought you. The messenger, as a member of the High Lord's house, look as you expectantly. Let's take a look at all the options. It is not our place to bid for assistance from them. 'Tis enough that they recognize we handle ourselves and still be counted upon. We are not operating at full function, being down millers from the attack. Which they has any farmers in spirit would likely help us, preventing us from needing to dip into the High Lord's emergency stores. It may be prudent to alert the High Lord of potential problems if winter runs long. Let's try this one. We are behind with harvest. More field hands should be appreciated. This has been a hard fall. Everywhere is short-handed, unfortunately, and I has nobody to send. So I just get nothing for it? I mean, I knew that the option didn't have any tooltips below it, but alright. I should have picked something else then. Winter has arrived. The troop hath returned to warm houses for so much needed rest. It's unclear if thou hast enough food for the winter. Thou art left praying that the shaman's prediction of a long winter is unfounded. The conflict with House Carbridge hath left us battered but victorious. Come spring, we shall be fervent to bear our ground. Advance to next step. The winds of winter also bring with them the return of the soldiers. Weary from their journey, they are welcomed by home by family. As the snow accumulates, it's really kind of hard to read this. The high people bunker in their homes, praying for a short winter. The warmth of spring cannot come quick enough for the people of Zappington. Do I just hit skip, or is there something actually going to happen here? Okay, I guess that was the animation for it. Because it was grayed out, I couldn't pick anything. Lordsmount, Act 1. Spring hath returned to the Western Valley after a tough winter. The people of Zappington take to the fields and are eager to work. Lordstorm, with winter gone, let us look ahead to growing the high Halcyon influence. Thy steward Glaemon awaits with a concerned look on their brow. My lord, with the long winter, our food stores ran low, and with the granary at Crest Hall empty from want of donations, we had to cut back, and the townsfolk suffered. But I don't understand this. Hold on. The game is saying, assumingly, that because I didn't donate my food to the grain hall at Crest Hall, or granary at Crest Hall, that Crest Hall had no food to give to us. That seems a little bit contradictory. Oh, dude, these dudes are green. We have finished checking in on everybody and can confirm that we suffered no casualties, yet have 5 sick workers. Local healers are hopeful they shall compose and recover and return to their roles, yet it shall take some time. I'll begin today with a meeting with thy steward Glaemon. After breaking fast, they approach with a stack of scrolls and an unusual chipper look on their brow. Let's edit Glaemon. We're gonna give you... I feel like there needs to be way more options. We're gonna give you a cloak for now, like our spy guy. Just so that we know that you're part of our high court. Good... kind of looks more like a beggar at this point. Good day, my lord. Now that spring is upon us, time calls upon us to regard what improvements thou desire to compose these coming month. Thou shalt meet with Castellan Charles Keep, Master-at-Arms Martin Smith, and myself to hark our proposed improvements for consideration. Now, storm resources are limited, so we shall only be able to pursue 3 initiatives, and we shall want to know what be high priority and what be low priority. They lay out the schedule for next week and leave thou to attend to other daily offices. On the morrow thou art greeted by a mountain knight thou hast yet to meet ere. Their armor is meticulously cared for, they bear their head and posture high with pride. As they pull their horse to stop outside thy keep, thy ear whispers words of wonder to meet one of the finest swords of the land. Greetings, Lord Storm. I be Sir Mary Bennington, one of High Lord Bennington's sworn companions. We are here to discuss the conflict last fall with Lord Carbridge. The High Lord reviewed accounts from both sides and hath confirmed that House Carbridge failed to uphold the King's peace. Thou and House Storm are fit to continue ruling over the watermill on Miller's Island. This doth not change the border betwixt thy houses, the river shall remain the line. Yet we shall be visiting Lord Carbridge next to compose to them. We expect no further tension betwixt thou houses. And let's just see what all the options say. They were bad to us. Someone must hold Lord Carbridge accountable. We can't not allow ourselves to be pushed around. If we must fight, we shall. This done is done. Best we take the high road and appeal to their honor. Yeah, we'll just stay with this one then. This is good to heart. Take care, and the High Lord looks forward to continue Storm Flower coming to Crest Hall. Sickness healed. That was very, very short. Yeah, I feel like that's just not the right look for him. If the developer happens to be watching, I hope that we can get way more accessories so we can decorate our people a lot more. Guess we'll give him a belt bag so we know he's somewhat important. My lord, as of the light heart, I report that townsfolk sick from the meager rations this winter hath made a full recovery. They shall be returning to their jobs in due time. Thou art greeted by a Carbridge messenger while confirming all's good at the watermill with thy steward Glaemon. Lord Storm, Lord Carbridge extends their regards and wants to put the nasty business with the watermill behind us. My Lord Carbridge is offering to buy flour from thou at a premium as a token of good faith. The Lord is most gracious, yet we only has enough extra flour for one trade partner after ourselves and what we sell, my Lord. My Lord, a moment to discuss if thou shalt. We'll return later for a moment and see what these other deals are. Castellan first because he's on top. Thy Castellan can be found by the keep, poring over sketches of fort walls and rough maps of the surrounding territory. Excellent timing, my lord. I was just reviewing our current infrastructure and have some proposals for without away. As the smallest noble house, we have the least to offer our high lord. To help change that, I think we should build new buildings for us to grow into new spaces. My 3 ideas are to build an inn, a bank, and lastly stables and pasture. What would thou like to know more of? Tell me more about building an inn. Currently, most travel destined for the High Lord's seat of Cressall goes through House Stocklands because they have more to offer travelers in Stockholm. We need to give travelers better options of sleeping beneath their wagons and passing through. I need more information about New Bank. The bank would go in the middle of town by the market, encouraging the merchants to invest their gold with us. Do not underestimate the influence a bank can give us over others. The more we can borrow to others, the more leverage we have over it. Just make sure we have enough guards to keep it from being robbed, and our coffers should be overflowing with gold in a matter of a year or two. Give me details about building the stables. There is a lack of quality houses in the valley, so we should consider building stables, and the path should fill that need. We have a lot to learn before we can call ourselves master horse traders, yet should we succeed, every knight of the valley shall crave a storm horse. Gramercy, that will be all for now. I look forward to hearing thy choices in the coming weeks. The Master at Arms is idly observing the guards' training. Oh, I should have made the Castellan get a bag, too. Muttering to themselves with a worried look on the brow. My lord, Gramercy for meeting with me to discover possible improvements I desired. Thou know how important it is we improve our defenses and army after what befell us with House Carbridge. No, he's not a knight. They gesture out to the guards training and look off in the distance towards the rest of town. We need to bolster ourselves beyond just our current house guard. We also need guard towers to alert us sooner of issues. How would you bolster our guard? First option, we recruit and train a small standing army of our own. Other houses will take notice that we can react with conviction when threatened. This shall be a slow process, and we shall need to recruit and spend the better part of the year training, not to mention the cost of gear. Second option, we hire a mercenary group. We can expect them to fight much sooner, yet this is likely a costly route, so we will have to overpay them, and their loyalty only extends as far as our coin goes. What we stand to say gain with the guard towers? Our guards and patrols will make use of outposts to stay safe. Watchtowers can warn of other houses' maneuvers and defend against any invaders. It's not unheard of for bandagers to be in our woods. Gramercy, that'll be all for now. Gramercy for your time. Now find thy steward out in the barn, talking to a handful of farmers. Everyone appears to be in good spirits now that the winter is over. My lord, Storm, it is time to discuss the state of our house and areas I believe we should prioritize. Despite being the smallest house in the valley, we have strength that we can nurture, namely our millers and farms. How can we best use our millers? Storm has the best millers in the valley. Flour is our main export, and with the recent troubles in the watermill, it behooves us to build new watermills on the southern hills to be less dependent on the river. And so cement our position in the valley as the primary source of flour and ground grains. Where would thou make more farms? The field north of town is empty and ripe for use. We're barely self-sufficient currently, so it'd be prudent to build more farms to keep ahead of food needs. We'd rather build not near what's-his-face, the guy that attacked us. We can sell our excess to the other houses, yet we will be competing with House Stock to our southeast, as they also supply the capital with food currently. Mercy, that'll be all for now. Next week, we shall all meet for your decisions. I hope you recognize our need to keep our existing strength sharp to maintain our relevance in the valley. Let's talk about this peace deal. Alright, I'm just looking at all the options. Cannot recommend inciting Lord Carbridge, yet they do not deserve our forgiveness so easily. Flour's main export could help gain favor with either House Stock or House Marcave. Lord Carbridge is unlikely to accept, yet if we want a polite way to send this message, this could work. As upset as we may be with them, they are still a stronger house, and we're not likely to get a better deal anywhere. Most honorable to offer, a sure way to mend a relationship. We're going to do a 50% markup, and we're going to try to offer to other people. Unfortunate, we must decline. Lord Carbridge shall be disappointed to know we could not work to heal those wounds because thou desire to rob us blind. And you know what? If you had come with words first instead of swords... Thy advisors eagerly await what initiatives thou intend to pursue this spring and summer. Know that whichever thou declares high priority improvement will be handled swiftly with our best people working on it. Well, let's take a look at all the options. We can expect increased visitors leading to more gold and favorable opinions of the guests. In time, we can greatly increase our wealth and influence as a lender. We can expect increased gold, and long-term, hopefully be the highest quality horse provider in the valley. Training our own army will take time, but be more loyal and cheaper than mercenaries. We could hire a mercenary group quickly, yet they will cost more training. It will cost a small amount to set up, but we can expect increased security on the lands from invaders. We can more than double our food output and go from barely getting by to having plenty to sell. Building windmills will allow us to expand milling and cement our place as master millers of the valley. We should begin laying plans immediately. Then we're going to do farms. The farmers will rejoice. We shall begin preparing the land at once. cannot be combined with expanding farmland. Alright. Let me think here. We'll do the bank since Stockholm is the place with the inn right now. I'm not looking to compete with the existing houses and their specialties. Excellent. We will talk soon about possible locations and iron out the details. What do you want, High Lord? On the morrow, a friendly face arises and is submitted to thine study. That's my child. Why do you just call it a friendly face? When thy steward said I would find thee here, I thought to find thee napping. I imagine my surprise to see my lord's sibling working on ledgers and messages. Oh wait, this is not my child. This is my sibling? Okay. Let's see here. Likeliest... Light Lordsman Storm, what brings thee back home without my leave? Likely I surprised myself learning thou knows what an honest day works look like. It is good to see thee, Abigail. It has been too long. I miss thee too, my dear sibling. Working in the capital has its perks, yet it's nice to come home on occasion. I come bearing news from the High Lord. Thou hast summoned thee to the capital for a Lordsmount. I wanted to follow up on deals here for our capital allies, so I chose to deliver the message myself. How has thy time been as lordsman in the capital? This has been fairly successful. I count more and more of the minor nobles in the capital as an ally with every season. I still struggle to convince some of the more noble highborns to meet with me. They think our house too small to truly belong in the rank. As thy lordsman, I have been able to have audiences with the High Lord, yet without an official spot in the High Lord's Council, there's only so much I can do. Couldst thou not have attended for me? Thou is mine lordsman, and speak for the house in the capital already. I do, yet the High Lord specifically is summoning the lords of every noble house. This gathering will be a great opportunity for thou and whoever accompanies thee to improve our house's standing diplomatically. What's the reason for this Lordsmount? The meeting is for the lords of the sworn noble houses of the Western Valley to discuss matters affecting the whole valley. I suspect the most important item will be the selection of a new High Arm. The High Lord's second in command with the current High Arm soon to leave for the King's Court. Your mercy, that is all I need to know. How long do we have to make plans? It's set to begin in a month. In the meantime, thou will need to determine who will serve as acting Lord of Zappington in thy absence. I aim to serve, so I will stay here till thou makes thy decision. Should thou wish, I can serve as the acting lord in thy stead, or return to the capital with thee and attend the Lordsmount as thy advisor. Towards this hill south of Zappington, thou meet with thy steward as they discuss the new mills with the Master Miller. Lord Storm, I am pleased to announce we are beginning work on a new windmill. Master Miller is looking forward to having a new place to work out of, far a right from House Carbridge and the like. It's just to be expected to take a month or so to build all, at which we should see our flour production increase and a new trade partner may need to be found for all of the additional flour. Probably the heir is the one I would pick. The heir is found hanging around the barracks, one of their favorite spots in Zappington to spend their idle time. Come on, I was just telling the guards about the Lordsmount being called. It is true I may be in charge while thou art away. I shall not let the dishonorable curs from Bridgemont get anywhere near our border. If they so much as try, I have a point made just for them. They grin stupidly as they hear it hold a spear up, making it painfully clear they are still just a child playing with a weapon for adults. Okay, we'll return later. See what the steward has to say. My lord, I doth miss the capital, yet I canst not go with thou and Lord Consort Storm with this trip. I do hope thou art able to parlay on new improvements which thou so wisely ordered into stronger ties with our fellow noble houses. Who doth thou recommend I take with me to the capital? If I may recommend leave the young lordling Thorin Storm in charge here in Zappington and take thy sibling Abigail Storm to the capital. Abigail Storm is a well-respected member of thy house already and seasoned way of noble dealings. Wait, why must he stay here? They give thee an uneasy look as they quickly explain. My lord, I meant no offense nor meant to make decisions for thee. There's just so much happening in Zappington for House Storm that I should be managing. Much was planned and renewed of the Lordsmount, and I canst not allow it to go unattended. Thank them for the counsel and leave. I serve always. I will be there when you declare who's in command next week. Chastise them for insulting House Carbridge so openly. Our lord must be honorable even to those who have wronged them. They look confused that thou were not impressed by their commitment, yet their face turns red with shame. I be sorry, my lord. I will remember the lesson. I hope so. We don't need to raise a prat. Or someone who will just bring the downfall of our kingdom. Farm construction. If you took that lesson to heart, then you can be the acting lord. Your steward is out in the fields of north of Zappington talking with the farmers about how to best lay out the new farms to be planted. The farmers grant thou a deep bow, are returning to work while thy steward turns to meet with thou. Lordsmount, we must begin clearing the land and building sheds for the new farm. I'd be optimistic shall be finished within a month. Thou have gathered the advisors together to discuss the final preparations for the Lordsmount and Crest Hall. Party going to the capital includes thyself, thy consort Mary Storm, and a small number of servants. Another member of thy house shall attend thou in capital to assist in meetings with other houses. With all of the lords of the valley's noble house in the capital, there is certain to be no shortage of political maneuvering taking place. Whilst away, thou must declare an acting lord to rule Zapitan and territory in thine stead. Thy steward will be assisting, but it is improper for them to assume the role of acting lord. Thy heir Thorin Storm and thy younger sibling and Lordsman Abigail Storm are the two candidates for the two roles. Our lord, who shall be serving as the acting lord in thy name? Declare thy heir as acting lord, bringing Abigail Storm to the capital. It would serve thy house best to have the more skilled diplomat at the castle. The challenge there will be greatest. We will be picking that, but I just want to see what the other option is. Lordsman Storm is well renowned and capable, able to serve without delay. Bring the heir with thou to learn of foreign policy. We're gonna go and pick this one for now, so that we can bring our political maneuver with us. In the name of Lord Gregor Storm, we shall serve Thorin Storm as acting lord. Beaming with confidence, thy heir stands as tall as they can before making a proclamation. My lord, I shall not fail, and nobody shall bring harm to our house whilst thou art away. Advisors attempt to hide their apprehension of serving the young heir, yet they trust them to guide thy eldest child appropriately. Young Lord Storm, let us speak after, and I shall fill thou in on daily operations of the keep. Thy steward talks to Abigail about the available resources that would be suitable for trade with other houses should the opportunity arise. Unease of a kid ruler. In the middle of town, thou join with your castellan. They are directing workers as they begin to break ground for a new bank. My lord, we have begun work, and I'd be optimistic it should be finished within the month. In the meantime, we're busy looking for more merchants and moneylenders to help. My lord, the windmills have been completed and the millers are beginning work. We shall continue selling to our normal vendors, yet we have capacity now to take on another outside trading partner. Flour is one of the best exports, so I should have taken one with the Carl Bridge guys with 25%. So I'm assuming that with the two trading partners and 2 slots we have, that at least one of them will either not deal with us or deal lower. That's how games typically work. Flour is one of our best exports, so a trade deal could be a great way to forge a better relationship with one of your neighbors, so keep this in mind when negotiating your fellow lords. Day hath arrived for thou and thy party to depart for Crest Hall. The trip to the far end of the valley is long, yet relatively safe. 'Tis not oft thou make the trip to the capital thyself, being lord of the house. Doesn't leave much time for such opportunities. Yet a Lordsmount, second only to calling the manners, is one of the most important summons the High Lord can issue. It's been much of the trip planning and preparing for the work to be done once thou hast arrived. I really like this. Everything is what do you call it? Like custom or tailor made for these events. So I think I'd like to play it again. It's like opening up a choose-your-own-adventure book and just choosing to see what other paths await you. Whilst traveling to Crest Hall, thou meet Lord Stock and their caravan at the Lord's Road. House Stock is thy neighbor to the south, yet 'tis not often thou meet Lord Stock in person. As one of the most influential of the High Lords Bannerlord, they are second only to House Carlbridge in size. I thought Carlbridge was the, it says second largest house. Okay. So Stock is the third largest? Not sure. Third largest means that they're the second worst, and I'm the worst. That's the way the game sets you. Oh, what a sight for sore eyes! If it isn't the good Lord Storm, it hath been too long. I think this was the game. If you watched my previous episode, that was High Seas, High Profits, I mentioned thought I read maybe a dev blog saying that he didn't want you to be like a king or anything. That was this game. I got the 2 games confused. They're nothing alike, but I do a lot of trying to read about the games before we start diving into them. We heard what befell twixt thou and Lord Carbridge last winter. Dreadful, I imagine. I would hast handled it as thou did. Alas, there shall be plenty of time for politics in the castle. What say thou? Will Storm be accompany me and mine as we travel to Crest Hall? Shall be delightful to have company on the road, and good heart gossip besides. Stock is significantly more influential in the valley, best we know where they stand. Huh. I mean, that's kind of a good point. But we're going to assume that we know where they stand, and I'd like to learn more, not because of gossip, but this may influence our decisions in the future if we knew like the other side of things. Lord Stock smiles and grants orders to the guards to compose space in their company for thou and yours. I'll spend the time I need discussing the winter hardships, finding out that Lord House Stock had a similar hard time securing enough food for the winter. Their farms had trouble providing for the extra guards brought on over the last year. I'll learn that outside the valley, the lords of the southern plains had ignored the bandit groups. Guarding the valley's border gate had become difficult. After a long week on the road, thou hast finally arrived at High Lord's seat, Crest Hall. My house and House Marcave shall be staying in a modest guest houses rented within the High Lord's keep. A finely dressed steward greets thee as several servants begin collecting thy things and leading your houses to a nearby stable. Greetings, Lord Storm. My name is Harold Bennington, our High Lord Steward. It is with our High Lord's thanks that I welcome you to Crest Hall. The Lordsmount shall begin tomorrow. Please, my lord, I shall show thou and yours to thine quarters so thou may get settled and refreshed. Despite having private space in the capital for thy stay, a show of wealth many could only dream of, thou canst help but note the expensive mansions the other noble houses hold. I mean, this is our current place. It's kind of like me understanding that with my 5,000-ish subscribers that no one will take me seriously. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. The first day of the Lordsmount hath arrived. The lords of the four noble houses await anxiously for what matters the Lordmount was called to settle. Welcome to the Lordsmount. May I introduce the High Lord of Crest Hall, Keeper of the King's Peace and Warden of the Western Valley, Sir Beauregard Bennington. Okay, stern judgment and patient are his attributes. Mind Lords of the Valley, it is a great honor to host all guests here to discuss matters of great import that face our valley. I trust we shall... Oh wait, that's... Okay. I don't know why I was thinking that this was the High Champion that was going to retire or something soon. No, that's our actual Lord. My Lords of the Valley, it's a great honor to have all the guests here discuss matters of great importance. I trust we shall work together over the coming weeks ere departing for home. The Valley's future and strength depend on it. My Lord Steward steps forward to announce the schedule for the coming weeks. There shall be 3 major meetings on topics to discuss. Firstly, the conflict in the Farways last fall hath left the High Lord wanting for stronger armies. Each house is expected to handle their own, yet our High Lord needs a house to take charge of constructing new siege weapons. Secondly, the High Lord's arm and younger sibling, Charles Bennington, shall be filling a vacant seat in our King's Private Council. In their honor, we need a noble house to host a tournament in High Arm's honor. Lastly, with Charles Bennington leaving for the King's Private Council, that leaves the Western Valley without an acting High Arm. The High Arm acts to extend the reach of the High Lord's authority throughout the Valley, and the position must be filled. So thou, noble lords of the Valley, shall pick the next High Arm of your own to serve our High Lord. The meeting is set up over the next couple of weeks, giving thou time to handle business while in the capital. Oh, sorry, I was watching the top move. I definitely need to be clicking on these. Listen to our spy first. Hey, you don't have the cloak. One of the Thigh Guard approached thou while breaking your fast and reveals to thou they are Whisper Ear, one of the Whisper Head's secret servants. My lord, Whisper Head felt it prudent to send one of us with thou to the capital. If our lord has any tasks that are not appropriate for a lord to be seen committing, just say the word. Ask a question. What does our Whisperhead already have you looking into? I can't give thou details, as you know the Whisperhead's work is meant to be kept secret till necessary to avoid forbear compromising you. Yet I have special interest in a more annoying neighbor. I have no idea that this dude's for real, though. We're gonna discover any secret alliances. They bow and without a word resume their normal duties. Thy lordsman, Abigail Storm, finds thee on the morrow looking for thy assignment. My lord sibling, I hope thou enjoy thyself in the capital as much as I do. Sometimes I'm waiting because I'm waiting for them to finish talking. While I call Zappington home, this city hath become like a second home while traveling on behalf of our house. We shall be hither for a while by the sound of things, so what shalt thou have me do while we are not visiting other houses and attending the Lordsmount? Okay, we'll probably pick the second one. It never hurts to bring in new journeymen and masters to our house. If we never check in, our partners may stray and find better deals with other houses. I could meet with their advisors to see if there be anything done for them to look on us more favorably. We're going to focus on trade. Well, maybe we should focus on talent. Let's focus on talent since this is the beginning of the game. I don't know how many years the game persists of. I assume maybe just 1 year. I shall find candidates for thou to review ere we leave. Of the noble houses of the valley, House Marcave is the first to invite thou for a visit. While thou art the smallest of the High Lord's sworn noble houses, House Marcave is not much larger. Despite this, they are a proud and oft secretive house. Known for the master smith and the rich mines in the mountains, their house is nestled betwixt. Greetings, Lord Storm. Gramercy for visiting us so promptly. I believe he has much to discuss. While our houses are far apart, I bet it best if we work together to help strengthen our positions. Let us thou ought to trade. The old lord paused to grab a sword from behind their seat and tenders it to thee. What if we armed thou with the finest steel in the valley from our cave smiths? Then thou and yours can show that we are small houses still have sharp thorns when provoked. Have this sword as a gift. Yet what canst thou offer in return for weapons for thy soldiers? Alright, let's take a look at what we have. The price is steep, save our money, would not be cheap, but worth more than gold. House Marcave relies almost entirely on outside food. We could offer better options. What if we deal in flour and bread from our new windmills? Fellow lord takes an instant to confer with their steward, returning with some rough numbers scrawled on parchment. Risha has to work out the specifics, yet this works excellently. With little farmland, we import most of our food. If flour and breads be of higher quality, and we can depend on house stock, lest we would work with thou instead. What's your opinion on our fellow lords? There's no secret that House Stock and House Cowbridge are in a power struggle to be the most powerful sworn house. Yeah, the Stock was the guys we walked with, and Cowbridge was the guy who attacked us. I worry that both of them lack morals in the face of their own ambitions. Really? Well, I mean, I guess just because he was nice to us doesn't mean I can't click on that. Doesn't mean that he was a good guy. It would tear us apart if it could help their standing against the other. I heard thou hast already experienced this firsthand. It will only get worse once one of them is high arm. Let's discuss the Lordsmount. Yes, exciting and troubling times indeed. I shall miss Charles Bennington as high arm. I believe it's safe to say we stand no chance of high arm. I have put little thought yet into who I expect to support twixt Sir Stock and Cowbridge. Let's take a click on that now that we can click on Knight of Acts of Valor in Defense of the Valley, well known, closely taught. Yeah, he seems just as an overall nicer person. I assume that means I should support Cowbridge as a way of making sure that I trick the game. You know, it's kind of like, you know, I know, you know kind of thing. I has not desired to host the High Irons Fair, yet the role of constructing siege weapons is something I hope you would support my claim to. We're gonna... Yeah, let's see what options. We want to make trebuchets to move them best we are we're unsure of our intent, best not to make a promise. This is a perfect way to secure their trust with no cost to us. Yeah, I support you in their upcoming appointments during Lordsmount. Others hold thou in high esteem, so I would choose to trust thou as well. Should thou compose a bid for the High Iron Tournament, expect a Hark Mine voice supporting thy claim. I mean, I didn't really want to be a tournament host, but I guess we might as well. I thank thou for thy hospitality. We shall be on our way. This has been a delightful visit. Consider House Marcave open to you and yours when you need shelter on your travels. I am going to be stammering so much during this video, I don't think I can really easily edit it out. There's just going to be a lot of stammering. Hopefully you're okay with it. Well, we will see how the likes and dislikes turn out. Let's see what Cowbridge has to say first. I visit with Lord Cowbridge at the Cowbridge estate arrives. With it comes extra nerves for your guard, many of whom were involved with the events at the watermill last fall. Their steward, Maureen Cowbridge, greets thou and leads thee into the Lord's audience chamber. Whilst thou wait for the lords of the house to arrive, the size, demands, and lavish decor are impossible to ignore. After an excessive delay, Lord Cowbridge arrives, standing tall and striding confidently. They take a seat in their throne, despite this ostensibly being a friendly visit. Lord Storm, it is good of thou to meet with me today. I might not but say I'm terribly sorry for all that misunderstanding last fall at the windmill. My guard simply got a bit of head on themselves, misinterpreting my request to send you a message. All I wanted was to alert you I was concerned our borders were not properly aligned with how our ancestors drew it up. If they're spinning you a tale, you must admit they are quite good at being believable. Yes, let's move on. I can only imagine how frustrating it must be to have thy guards fail to follow orders. Bird. Indeed, and yet, I should say truly time does call upon us to move past this ugliness. Thou might not, but no, I summoned thou hither to talk of the Lordsmount. I shall be declaring for the vacant high arm position. I shall be expecting thou to know what would be best for thy house, and support mine claim and not Sir Stock. There will be no need for animosity should we work together. What say thou? Yeah, let's see what they have. All the elect. Hard as it is to admit, they will make a powerful ally. Swearing support before hearing from Stock may be risky. We can delay. They are pressuring us. We do not want to appear weak. Take care, my lord. In their eyes, they have already earned it. We do not want to be enemies. Yet to be a high arm, thou shalt hast earn it. They grant a quick bark of a laugh and turn their backs to thee. Oh, I will. But if you help make now House Stock the high arm, then thou should look there when thou inevitably want for help. Inevitably want for help. My bad. Wow, like I said, I'm gonna be tripping over my words this entire episode. Our lords of the valley, we bid this Lordsmount meeting to order. Lords take their seat around the meeting table, a jovial tone in the air to be beginning after weeks of anticipation. Let us begin with who shall be hosting the High Arms Tourney to honor former High Lords Arm Bennington and our yet to be appointed new arm. Whoever hosts this grand tourney will have the support of mine lesser stewards for planning it. You shall be providing the land and manpower to build the grounds yourself. The host of the tourney shall not be in charge of the siege weapons, which we shall decide next meeting. I do not crave the Lord in charge of weapons distracted by matters of the tourney. I assume that if I do end up doing the tourney, that I don't get my bank built because that was my low priority. So the lords around the table shift and take quick counsel from stewards, and advisors accompany them. After a brief pause, Lord Calbridge clears her throat. Mine, High Lord, it will be House Calbridge's honor to host this tourney. House Stock must decline. Defending the gate of the valley has demanded much of our attention, and our fields are far too muddy to host mine lords. We has no interest, yet House Marquet would support House Storm, should they be interested. Other lords look surprised at this unexpected support, catching Lord Calbridge off guard. High Lord Benetton turns to thee, waiting thy intent. Let's see what this is. We have to pull workers from other tasks. We can be in charge, best to clear our intentions to avoid losing face. With two noble lords agreeing, the High Lord will almost be forced to pick us. We will be honored to host. Lord Marquette's support is appreciated. Lord Calbridge has lost for words. Deployed to garner support from underneath him has left them speechless. House Lord Benetton confers briefly with the steward and nods to thee with an approving grin. Very well. House Storm shall host the High Arms Tourney. Win the honor of hosting the High Arms Tourney. Yay! Yeah, I really am looking forward to doing this again. I just want to see how the story unfolds if we pick other options. Such as, I feel like I really messed up on honor by not promising to send soldiers, and I ended up sending soldiers anyways. Okay, let's see what Abigail has to say. We got a tradesman candidate. My lord sibling, we has the head of a merchant family interested in relocating to Zappington. Merchant steps forward. They clear their throat, tempting the commoners. Praise, my lord. Be one of the finest clothier in the capital. Unfortunately, I was run into some trouble with some local crime families and fear for mine family. These false debts I owe are threatening to ruin me, so if I could promise my family would be safe, I'd gladly relocate my business to thy town. Except, our guards are more than capable of keeping them safe. The additional trade goods they make are valuable. Excellent, I shall make the arrangement. I can say when, yet we'll move to Zapping soon under the cover of night. The Lordsmount hath continued with the second round of will return later. Thou arrive at House Stock Estate and are immediately greeted by the jovial lord Sir Philip of Stock. They begin leading thee through the courtyard to admire the garden's weather. Lord Storm, how good it is you'd have joined me today. I must say, this Lordsmount has been quite the event and bids well for both our houses. I shall remember you wiping the smug look off Lord Calbridge to say so that business about hosting the arms tourney to the day I die. Speaking of which, it has been ages since thy Lordsman Abigail entered a joust. What do you make of their chances? We're gonna say this one. We're gonna stand with some pride and not be kissing butt. Since the game has mentioned that one dude, the Lord Marcus, said that both Calbridge and Stock would just screw us both over, we're gonna assume that this guy is actually not as nice as it seems. However, if that's true, then we should continue to maintain good relations so that he can give us those promised benefits, kind of like the Viper's venom, as it were, and we'll benefit from it until it's such a time that we turn our backs on them, should they be as evil as they look. So yeah, we'll pick this one. Mine sibling is as good as ever, expected to grant the best of the valley a challenge. Oh, I do not doubt that for a moment. Thy fellow lord continues to guard as they call for thy house's comebacks. Conversation continues, covering the winter and shared troubles with the short harvest suffered last year. Eventually, the Lord returns to the matters of the Lordsmount. Yes, let us speak of the Lordsmount. I trust thou knows I resolved on becoming the next High Arm of the Valley, but I never doubt that Lord Calbridge intends the same. That business last year with the watermill was despicable, and I'm not the only one who thinks it ridiculous that Calbridge got off so easily. Whisper ears have told thou already meeting with Lord Calbridge, yet I shall not bid what they demanded of thou. I only bid that thou be smart at the final Lordsmount meeting when lending thy voice for the next High Arm. House Stock can provide for those who help us, and canst promise the same for those who not. And as ambitious yet a much stabler neighbor than Calbridge of French is, a broken promise is worse than a promise not made. A veiled threat is still a threat, we need to be careful. If we plan to stand for Calbridge, best not to hide it and lie. Alright, well, let's see how he... I mean, we are going to support him, but let's see how he responds when we push back just a little bit. Again, we're playing at least have some pride in ourselves. I do not appreciate being manipulated. We shall do what's best for us. Lord Storm, thou wound me. I would never threaten a fellow noble house. I merely state facts, and if there was a veiled threat to be heard, we're not directed at thyself. I respect how thou stands up for thy house. It reminds me of tales of my grandsire before he rose to prominence. Okay. He's still a smooth talker, but I don't trust him. I trust Marcus more. The Lordsmount have continued with the second round of meetings in council. Much of the discussion focuses on rising tensions in the rest of the kingdom outside the valley. I imagine I could look around the whole world, right, and really figure out where Stock is. Did he just coincidentally have his retinue waiting for me Or was that actually, a thing? So I would look to see, like, oh, that wasn't really the shortest route. He probably deliberately stood there so it spread gossip about Carbridge. Whilst I yet know when such weapons shall be required, the day will come when our king has need of them. As such, the Western Valley needs a military-minded lord to design and produce siege weapons. I intend for the Western Valley to be ready for any conflict that may come. House Slock and House Carbridge both compose polite excuses favoring trade soldiers over machines, posturing more to each other than to the High Lord. Across from these sits the enigmatic Lord Marcave, not Marcus, I guess, renowned in the valley for being experts in both mining and smithing. They are waiting to see if thou honors thy word and promise. Now, I'm not going to actually pick this, but why can't that be selected? We're already hosting concerning the High Lord won't allow it. No one is openly supporting another house, we can still save face while declining. Supporting Marcave is a smart move for building allies. Yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't do this. Thy words lighten Lord Marcave's expression. A shared look of Twix confirms thou art Lord of thy word. That settles things. Lord Marcave, I trust thou art interested. Thy craftsmen have been renowned throughout the valley. Yes, mine High Lord, we shall get started on that task immediately. In the midst of a Lordsmount meeting, discussing the state of the farm produce this spring, thou see Lord Carbridge receive a message from Lieutenant. And Lords, I pray thy forgiveness, yet there is a matter I shall like to address with everyone to forbear panic and concern. Turning they unfold the message, slide across the rich wood meeting table. There was an incident in the woods twixt Bridgemont and Zappington. The young lordling Thorin Storm, heir of House Storm, was found separated from the hunting party by a group of mine loggers. That area hath recent reports of bandit activity. They wisely took the young lordling in and escorted him to safety at Bridgemont. There they learned the truth of their heritage and escorted them back across the river to House Storm's lands and their keep. Thou mean to tell us thy people kidnapped a member of the neighboring noble house, and thou crave us to treat thou as a hero? Exactly the opposite. I felt it prudent to discuss here and now ere Lord Storm heard nasty rumors and reassure them that mine people would vouch for their heir's safety. This is not but a veiled threat. Let's see if the High Lord agrees. Tread carefully, calling the Lord a liar. Well, yet no one will blame thou for wanting to hearken for thy own people. With the rest of the lords hither, we should be gracious and maintain honor in front of our lord. My decision is to maintain our composure, my lord sibling. Take the higher road and keep a level head until we get the facts. Should be carefully calling the Lord a liar. Yet not one will blame thou for wanting to hearken from thy own people. Alright, we'll pick this one for now. This is a very neutral choice and say like, hey, if that's what whoever saved him, we're gonna give him money. Or whatever it is. I assure thou they shall be rewarded. I simply can't not stand the thought of thy ear getting hurt. From the look on their face, Lord Stock doth not believe their story for a minute. Whilst this deserved more tact, at least the lordling is safe. After the meeting, your messengers report thy ear's safety. For now, not to do but be on their guard and wait thy ear's side of the story. The final meeting of Lordsmount hath arrived. It's time to pick a new high arm in the valley. My noble lords of the Western Valley, my major merchants and heads of the houses of Crest Hall, it's time to select the next high arm. It was a week or something like that between turns. Why didn't they send a messenger if it only takes a week to get here? The role of high arm is to be an extension of my voice and judgment, to reach where I'm not. While my judgment is paramount, in my absence the high arm's decisions are to be treated as my own. As hath been done for high arms past, this election shall be handled no different. Nobles present today can make cases for whom they deem worthy of the role, and High Lord Bennington shall compose a selection based on thy wills. Members of the crowd begin taking turns proposing names boisterously, embellishing the deeds of heads of minor houses or leaders of merchant guilds, eager to curry favor in such a public way. After several names with no true chance, a well-dressed merchant stands for Lord Stock. Cheers accompany this proclamation, the noble lord rises. It shall be my honor to serve as the High Lord's high arm. From Stockholm I shall serve justly. Accompanying the cheers, however, comes cries for another lord. A tall figurehead of a minor house from Bridgemont stands proclaiming for Lord Carbridge as they are the strongest and hath been just and fair to their house for generations. With all due respect to Lord Stock, the valley doth not want for a servant, but a leader alongside our High Lord. I shall be that high arm, and those that would wrong the Western Valley shall be granted swift and just recourse. High Lord Bennington acknowledges the two proclaimed candidate is looking expectantly towards yourself and Lord Marcave. Not my ideal pick, yet if they win, supporting them here would do most. They stand a good chance to be appointed and has not wronged us recently. An honorable and safe way to not support either noble lord, yet a long shot. House Marcave would approve, yet leaves us with no influence over the selection, and the lords may see it as a slight. We're gonna go stay with Lord Stock, but just so you know, I still don't trust him. Thy statement is met with mixed cheers and rebuttals, Lord Stock standing by thy side in a show of unified support. Lord Marcave looks distressed, nervously glancing over at Lord Carbridge as they stand to speak. House Marcave starts with Lord Carbridge. May they protect this valley. The room quiets down gradually as the High Lord gives everybody in the room thoughtful looks ere continuing. So would he have always picked Carbridge, or would he have abstained if I abstained. Like, he probably will always pick the guy you don't pick, is what I'm assuming. Mine lords and fellow residents of the Western Valley, I have known thy claims, yet there is not a clear consensus. With much unrest outside of this valley, I receive it best to leverage our strengths. Lord Stock, thy defense of the gates to the valley, I fear, may become paramount in the coming years. Thou hast been a loyal and respected house of mine rule. Lord Stock should be our next high arm in the Western Valley. Her? Lord Stark becomes the high arm. I don't know what her means. The Lordsmount concluded, thy party prepared to depart for home. As thou prepared to depart, alas, Lord Carbridge and a couple of guards approached to bid thee farewell. Well, Storm, I would say this Lordsmount was a delight, yet we both know the events that befell hither were not. Take thy instant to feel terribly clever. I offered peace and cooperation, if thou went and turned that upstart Sir Stock into high arm. For thy sake, best hope it works out with us. For us, best just to keep thy head down and stay out of our way. High arm or no, I have plans and intend to see them through. Well, you know what? If Stock supports me, we just go together and crush your butt. I was gonna say some word starting with an A, but I do try to keep the PG here. I mean, I'll say the swear word sometimes, but only if it's reading, but it's not a hard and fast rule is what I'm getting at. On thy return trip, thou take note of the guards as they switch who is marching lone up front. After confirming that your party is clear of any outside travelers, thou join the lead guard, who thou now know as a whisper ear. My lord, what a Lordsmount. I can't only imagine the fascinating things thou discussed, yet I must say I harked all sorts of fascinating things. I knew most little of House Marquet before this trip. They kept to themselves, yet won't duns the mouse about providing the High Lord and their guards with all of the steel they want. Imagine my surprise to learn that most of the weapons and tools they sell actually end up in Carbridge's lands. They idly chat about the road ahead, and with a wait politely excuse themselves as toward time to change scout duty. Interesting. Well, I mean, we have food over them, so... Ink delayed. Well, let's see why. I kind of figured it might have to do with the tournament. Upon return from Cressalt, thou see progress in the bank has been delayed and the building left unfinished. The castle appears stressed, and after gathering their ledgers, they turn to meet with thou. "'Tis the wood, my lord. We were not careful enough in our measures and have come woefully short. We are working on fixing the problem, but it may still yet be a couple weeks before we are able to open. Lord Storm, the new fields are finished, and farmers are hard at work tending to them and planting a new batch of crops for the year. We shall continue selling to our normal vendors, yet we have capacity to take on another outside trading partner. Food is one of the most in-demand commodities, so a trade deal could be a great way to forge a better relationship with one of our neighbors. Keep this in mind when negotiating with your fellow lords." Alright, now we are the boss of food. Look at that. No more food problems, ever. Thou arrive home, greeted by members of thy house and important families in Zappington. I'll make it to the keep, eager to see thy heir again and get an update on what truly took place in thine absence. Thorin rushes to greet thou. Thy steward Glaemon follows behind them. "My lord, it is most excellent to hark thou back. Things has been a bit on edge over our little lordling's mishap with the loggers of House Carver. We knew better than to let the lordling go hunting that close to the river, yet they were insistent. We could not have known their horse would get frightened and take them so swiftly on right there from their esplanade across the river. Encourage thy steward to tell what befell after Thorin was known missing. We gathered a bobbling party to search the woods, yet instead of finding the lord, we found a messenger from Ridgemont. They informed us that Thorin and Storm be safe in their keep, and the acting lord consort Cowbridge recognized them and was organizing a party to bring them to us at the bridge betwixt our land. Master R. Smith was getting together an escort lest we needed to travel to Ridgemont ourselves, yet that was not required as they brought our little lordling back, just as they said. While they took their time, they did not delay long enough for it to be a flagrant offense to us. The Lordsmount finished, and behind thee, it feels nice to be back home surrounded by thy family and those sworn to thy house. The improvements made throughout thy lands are looking promising. Despite the drama surrounding the other noble lords, thy heir being held briefly, and the Lordsmount, thou canst not help but feel optimistic that your house is heading in the right direction. There's no time to rest, though. There's a tourney to prepare for after all. Advance to the next act. It's only Act 1, so if it's the right direction, well, there's a lot of bad stuff to happen to in the upcoming days or months. A tourney for lords, Act 2. Tis midsummer for the Western Valley, and everywhere be abuzz with activity. It's been a month since the Lordsmount, and the nobles busy themselves with outcomes. The High Lord hath siege weapons in progress under House Marquet. Gossip war is unfounded yet prevalent. The valley hath a new High Arm, Lord Stock. They won the honor of hosting a tourney for the new High Arm. As such, Zappington is hectic with activity and preparation. The sun is high and the air is filled with the sounds of workers setting up tents and ensuring everything is in place for the grand event. Suddenly, Castellan Keep approaches with a look of mild concern. go and give him his belt. We didn't get his belt last time. There you go. My lord, the preparations for the tournament are nearly complete, but there are a few matters that require your immediate attention. With only a fortnight remaining, these issues could affect the success of the event if not addressed properly. What troubles thee, Castellan? Speak plainly. First, there is a shortage of quality timber needed to finish the jousting stands. We have to use all the reserves and need to find a new source soon. Send for the timber ourselves, we should not rely too much on others. Thou hast the lumber mills and perhaps this purchase helps soothe for steely host. We do have the gold. I just don't know what if he would accept, and that would waste our turn on this. We're gonna go and purchase the timber. We have the gold, and I want to leave my military open for helping. I assume Stock will have an issue and want us to do something for him. So I'll purchase the required timber. Very well, I shall speak with the steward and have it done. The merchants from Zapperton believe they should have the right to set up the most prominent stalls given their loyalty to House Storm. But the merchants from Crest Hall, who bring exotic goods, argue that their presence will add prestige to the event. Which one's Crest Hall again? One of the 5 houses. Oh, that's not... Oh, that's the head honcho dude. Reward acts that benefit the region. Tournaments to be exciting. I want to see what capital merchants. We should look after our own people first. Supporting our local merchants will show that we care for them. Thy Castellan bows and thanks thee for the assistance. As the tournament draws near, Lord Storm is going to keep reviewing the final preparations. Thy sibling Abigail Storm, the sole representative of thy house in the upcoming joust, enters with a determined expression. Lord sibling, I come with a request. As thou know, it hath been decades since I last participated in a joust. Though I be confident in my abilities as a rider and fighter, I cannot deny I am out of practice with the lands. You're gonna die during the joust, aren't you? To bring honor to our house, I seek thy approval to hire a skilled jousting coach to help me prepare. Tournament is a show of strength, but also prudence. Funds are already tight, not just our participation in joust. If we are to compete, we shall do so with every advantage. A well-trained rider can be the difference between victory and defeat. Family! Their face brightens with a mix of relief and determination. They stand a bit taller, motivated to sport. Gramercy, I shall make the most of this opportunity and shall not let thee down. My lord, the bank is complete. Soon, merchants and minor families will be trusting us with their investments, and most importantly, owing us money. After initial investments, one can expect to turn a profit ere too long. Apparently that gives me honor? I do feel the cutscenes play on a little bit too long. I know it doesn't look like it, but I actually edit a lot of my episodes. Any one of my episodes will have something like 382 cuts in the audio, mostly because of my stammering. And then of course I also generally pretty much remove all of the loading screens everywhere. I may leave a couple in the beginning just to show what it looks like or how long nobody is. But yeah, I do know that less is typically more. I know it because my episodes tend to be like 4 hours in length, but I figure that's better than releasing 30-minute episodes and then having a playlist that goes in the hundreds. The tournament grounds are a bustling sea of color and noise. Banners of the various noble houses flutter in the breeze, and excited murmurs create a lively atmosphere. At the center of it all, the grandstand has been erected where the high-armed Lord Stock would deliver the opening speech. Good people of the Western Valley, it is with great pride that I have been selected to be thy high arm. Together we have forged a valley of strength, a place where honor and loyalty bind us as one. In these times, when the winds of uncertainty blow across the kingdom, we must look within and beyond our borders. Our valley is strong, yet it is our duty to be unyielding against any foreign threats that may seek to undermine our peace. As thy high arm, I shall ensure that we are never found wanting when our mettle is tested. We shall flourish, protect thine lands, and see prosperity unmatched. I thank thee for this tourney, and to all who compete, know that you do so with the hopes and strength of the valley behind you. I let this grand tourney commence. As thou explores the turning grounds, Abigail Storm can be found preparing their gear for the upcoming joust. Oh, we need also... Well, we don't need to give you... You have a cloak. You don't need a belt. My lord sibling, good to see thou. I seek thy advice for mine opponent. I am to face Sir Godfrey Malister in the joust of first round, a knight of renown sworn to the High Lord himself, so it shall not be easy win, I fear. We've shared friendly words in the past, yet I know little about their skills personally. I find myself unsure how to best prepare for this contest. Yes, fought alongside Sir Malister Air. I can speak to their fighting style. They must know something. No knight is so honorable as not to have a weakness. We'll suggest last-minute training. Hopefully it won't end up with injuries. Aye, Marta's training is harsh, yet if making me stronger, I shall face it head-on. I mean, what have you been doing all these other past weeks? The tournament grounds are alive with excitement as the trumpets blare, signaling the start of the day's contest. Abigail Storm, clad in the colors of House Storm, sits astride their horse at one end of the lists. Across from this, Sir Godfrey Malister, a knight of imposing stature and gleaming armor, gives a nod of respect to their counterpart. People of the valley, gather ye round. The next match is set between Sir Godfrey Malister, sworn sword of our noble House Lord, and Abigail Storm, representing House Storm. The competitors urge... Okay, I want them to see the hitting. Urge their horses forward, lower lances, and meet with successfully deflected blows. On the second pass, Abigail's lance strikes true, catching Sir Malister just above the shield and unseating him with a powerful blow. A clean hit, Abigail Storm had unseated Sir Godfrey Malister. The crowd roars for their hometown as Abigail rides over to their best opponent as they regain their feet. Fine strike, Abigail Storm. Thou hast proven thy mettle today. It shall be mine honor to recall this match. We did it! We did something. Give me all the bacon and eggs. Have the max 5/5 food for a turd. As thou walks through the marketplace, taking the sights and sounds of the tourney, a familiar voice calls out, Lord Storm, what a pleasant surprise to find thee here among the common folk. The markets are quite lively, are they not? And I must say, I'm particularly looking forward to the match between Abigail and Sir Fillard of Carlbridge. It would bring me no small amount of net satisfaction to see that knight humbled, would it not? They lean in closer as they lower their voice. Should Abigail manage to embarrass House Carlbridge in a match regardless of means, I shall be most pleased indeed. They could expect House Stock would be eager to show its support to anyone who humbles that pompous knight. I still need to trade food. Too bad I didn't make that deal with Carlbridge, Dad. Because the game told me twice that I can trade food, so I'm assuming that if you start with one possible trading partner at the beginning of the game, and then I expanded to a second trading partner for the mill, it sounded like I expanded to a third possible trading partner from the farms. Standing straight and back to their normal energetic self, Lord Stock bids thee good day as they continue making their way through the market. Victory against Sir Godfrey Malister has brought a sense of pride to House Storm, but the true challenge lies ahead. Sir Fillard, the Master at Arms from House Carlbridge, knight renowned for the prowess and widely considered the favorite to win the entire tournament. My lord sibling, I must prepare for him to continue this success. What dost thou suggest? Alright, let's do it here. Without telling Abigail, sabotage their opponent's saddle, weaken the dynamic saddles, tip the scales in your favor, yet we risk much if this task does not go in. Right lie, heard in the right ear, could steal any person's resolve. They may be a sibling, yet they are still their lord. The right words can inspire anyone. Guards has first-hand knowledge of how they train. Could be quite the advantage. Find our guards that train under... Oh, yeah. I did wonder if that was Sir Fillard when he mentioned it, that when I saw that he was the knight captain of it, it's like, didn't we train with that dude in the beginning of the game? Absolutely. Like Master at Arms bring forth the guards that trained under Sir Fillard last fall. Hey, we sent 4 people, but yeah, we just need people to talk. They're having trouble finding the spot to stand in because they're both trying to get there. Tell me everything you remember. No detail is too small. This knight has a pattern and weakness. I want to know it. Together we shall find a way to best. It's time for the second round of the tourney. Flags bearing the colors of the noble houses flutter in the breeze, and the air is thick with the excitement of the competition. Abigail takes their position as announcer introduces them. A roar from the crowd for the hometown hero. The roar turns to jeers and boos as Sir Fillard is introduced. Their armor resplendent and horse powerful. Abigail Storm bows to their opponent from horseback, yet the Carlbridge knight simply stares back. Wait for it. The signal is given, and both riders spur their horses into action. The ground trembles under the weight of the charging steeds as they make their first passes. He jumped off the horse before they ever met. With a thunderous clash, the lances strike. The impact sends a shockwave through the arena as the Carlbridge knight wobbles in their saddle, falling to the dirt. Abigail raises their visor, a look of surprise mingled with pride on their faces. They acknowledge the roaring crowd. Sir Fillard stands the shovel, giving the bare minimum of a bow to their opponent, and then a huff leaves the battlefield. Dude, I gave you the best spots. Now you're sick? Amidst the festivities of the second round of joust, thy steward finds thee at thy concert Mary Storm with an update on the house's activities at the Tourney market. Met with the House Storm merchants. With the best spots to sell their wares, they're making more than we imagine. Our coffers will be full by the end of the tourney. Yet I bring word that doth trouble me. There has been reports of sickness among the small folk. A pair of merchants for our own Zappington have taken ill, unable to work their stalls. I sent them home to rest and recover. Sickness? Here at such a time? Oh, how dreadful. Gramercy for bringing us this news. I shall have our servant check on them though. Well, in that case, we should give the remaining spots to those whatchamacallit people. It's kind of a compromise. Crest for health. And after their victory in round 2, Abigail Storm has found themselves in the final round of the tourney. Sir Marina Stock is the final opponent, famed for being the youngest ever knighted in the Western Valley after the defense at the Valley Gates 10 years past. In the quiet of the early evening, as the sun begins to set, not surprised that the private meeting by Lord Stock is to enter thy private tent. Lord Storm, thou hast brought thy house great honor this tourney. Abigail hath proven to be a formidable competitor, and I commend thee for it. Final match be against mine sibling Submarina. What an exciting time for our families. Yet we both know how dangerous the joust can be, especially when two skilled competitors face off. I have no doubt in Submarina's abilities, yet I would not see either of our siblings come to harm. Injuries, even fatal accidents, are all too common in these contests, and I would not risk such a tragedy for either of our houses. With the outcome nearly a foregone conclusion, I have just a solution. Tell Abigail to throw the match. Give the small folk the show they expect, yet when it matters most, thine rider takes a fall and both of our houses can remain safe. Of course, such a gesture would not go unrewarded. House Stock would see to that the House Storm is compensated handsomely, whether through trade, influence, or coin, whatever thy need be. But what about my reward for the Carl Bridge thing? Think on it, send message if you accept. It's been a splendid tourney, and I look forward to the ending we all deserve. I do not trust this dude, see? That's why. The conversation wraps up and they leave thy tent. I advise Abigail join thee to discuss options. How does this work? How would that even work if I accept the offer in secret? Those that to let down his guard. Let's see what the offer is most prudent. The harvest to Abigail into our house is considerable. The reward will be great, yet what of our honor. For thy small folk and for our heirs, set a good example and fight with honor. The winds of deceit can oft bring great adventure. Let them bring down the guard and let Abigail's lance land hard and true. No, we're gonna go with this, but I would have preferred an option to ask Abigail what did Abigail want to do. And then just go with that. I would have gone with that. Like if Abigail wanted to accept or decline, I would have accepted that. I thank thee for thy faith in me. I shall give this joust everything to have and prove that House Storm stands strong on its own merit. The final joust is drawing near, and the banners of House Storm and House Stock flutter proudly in the evening breeze over the tourney lists. House Storm has never had a tourney champion there, let alone reach the finals. With such high stakes and the extra pressure for thy conversation with Lord Stock, Abigail looks at thee for advice one last time. At the least know what not to do. Distraction be quite powerful. I heard they did not come across their knighthood. I'm assuming the only way to win is to spread a rumor. Although that's nefarious, meaning they do say all is fair in love and war, and the guy did approach us with the offer to throw, so I would say that he started this whole gray process with it. So we're going to try to spread a rumor. I heard they did not come across their knighthood honestly. The decision is ultimately left up to Abigail. Will they accept or decline? So that's going to change how he is. I mean, just let's let him go ahead and spread the rumors. Abigail hesitates for a moment, their gaze fixed on the ground. House Storm needs this victory. The larger houses must be brought to respect this. 'Tis not a path I'd have chosen lightly, but if it helps secure a victory, then so be it. Submarina's reputation is a weapon in itself, and if shaking their confidence gives me an advantage, I will use it. Thou speaks with magma to us after. Murmurs can be heard later that night of a stock knight who hid during the defense of the valley's gate and used not but their family's name to reach their station. Let's actually take a look at that. I'm not totally happy with how that turned out. Lord Stock. This is not really part of the house. Lords and nobles, good folk of the Western Valley, today we witness the ultimate contest of skill and valor. In this final match, we present to you Sir Marina Stock of House Stock and Abigail Storm of House Storm. May the gods favor the bold and grant victory to those most deserving. The crowd erupts. A chance for storms fill the air as the hometown rider readies for the joust. The competitors share a nod of respect, ready their lances and steady their mounts. With a sudden burst of energy, the two spur their horse forward. The moment of impact comes with a deafening crash. The first pass is inconclusive, a testament to the skill of both competitors. Lances in hand, they prepare to charge once more. No! The skill and speed of a seasoned knight, Sir Marina Stock's lance flashes past Abigail's shield and lands a definitive blow, knocking them to the dirt. Thou hast done it! Sir Marina Stock is thy champion. Today we have witnessed a match worthy of song and story. Sir Marina Stock, thou hast proven thy skill and valor beyond doubt. Named thy prize, if it is within my power, it shall be. My lord, as first line of defense of the valley, House Stock hath taken a steep responsibility to maintain a standing army to guard the gates. I request that I be elevated and named Captain General of the Valley, with the authority to levy and train soldiers from across the valley for the purposes of its defense. Thou see the other lords' noble surprise. Such a role hath never existed, and will give them considerable power over the noble houses. Granted, from henceforth thou shalt be Captain General of the Valley, Sir Marina Stock. Thou shalt relinquish any claim to thy ancestral seat in Stockholm and serve the realm, directly reporting to me. I wonder if I could have won that. The tapestries in the hall hang heavy, as if they are too weighed down by the news. My lord, the small folk are suffering from illness that appears to be spreading rapidly. It is unknown in origins, yet the matter would not when growing a number of our own are bedridden. The air in the hall grow thick with tension as symptoms of fever, chills, and rash are bedridden. Are discussed. It was normal. We can't afford to look weak, react now, and we risk a panic that the guard has to manage, allocate resources. We must help those that are ill. What is our house without our small folk? If we act swiftly, we can contain the plague to a camp outside town. It may be unpopular yet prudent. I mean, why can't we just do both? I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know if this number one option means abandon them outside the village. So we're gonna try to help them. But I would say quarantine. Yes. Grimmercy, I shall see to it that healers and herbalists have everything they need. I mean, we have tons of money and food. You can take whatever you need. Plague icon, great. While studying the latest reports on the costs and earnings from the tourney with Charles, the door opens and Mary enters. I come with news of the plague that has spread throughout the valley. The sickness hath spread to Zapperton, and while the horse has not come to pass, it is clear the town is suffering. The keep, too, feels a strain, my lord. Service whisper of illness and supplies are starting to become harder to come across. Their reports build a strange sense of urgency. After dismissing them, Thou arranges for advisors to all meet to discuss what action to take. The plague continues to worsen throughout the Western Valley, and there is little else that the small folk talk of these days. Thou hast gathered all of House Storm to discuss possible action to take. Several members come forward with recommendations for consideration. Glaemon, what would you propose? My lord, we must look beyond our borders. The plague ravages not only Zapperton, but the entire valley. Let's reach out to our High Lord to seek a coordinated effort among all the houses. An alliance or a plea for aid. We risk showing weakness, inviting our rivals to see House Storm as vulnerable. Yet what other choice have we? The plague knoweth no borders, no loyalties. If we do not unite, we may all fall one by one. Now let's work together. I don't really mind. We must work together, sending messages to the noble houses. I shall gather messengers at once. I will seek out the high arm myself and send the others to each noble house. The room is divided on us. Thy whisperhead unable to hide their dismay. Martin Smith, you have a suggestion? My lord, we must be pragmatic as the sick cannot work. I suggest we conscript those that are still healthy into additional duties. Be guarding the town, tending the fields, or aiding the healers. Let them serve their house and remind them of their loyalty. But Martin, they are already wary. To demand more than now could break their spirit. We cannot treat them as mere tools to be used and discarded. We're not going to discard them. We need as many hands as we have at the end of this to enlist the remaining individuals to work, or small folk are already struggling, pushing them more shall not help. I'm not going to be worried too much about it because the game says I have max resources, so I'm not really going to worry about that. I fear this mercy may cost us in the long run. Small folk need purpose in these times. Despite Marta's misgivings, thy consort strongly approves of thy decision. Agmatius, what thou propose? My lord, there may yet be an opportunity in this plague. We be a whisper away from weakening the standing of our more ambitious neighbor. We have a new high arm, yet Lord Stock does not, as the valley plunges into plague. What of Lord Carbridge failing to contain the sickness? I hark of their traders being the first reported ill. We do not like lying. People are sick and just need help. We would not deny those of help, little lording, simply a whisper for people to grasp onto. Nah, I'm not going to bother speaking lies. Very well, I wish to serve. Mine eyes will listen for the whispers all the same. Someone will probably blame us because we didn't blame someone else. The rest of the room looks content with taking the honorable path. Because we were, for example, the tourney host after all. With thy house in order, everybody departs to get back to their duties. But even if picking the right action hurts us, we'll still try to do the right thing. The air in the solar is thick with the scent of burning herbs, an attempt by the household staff to ward off the plague. Now sits at the wooden table deep in thought as Glaemon enters with a bundle of letters. I bring tidings from the other houses. We have yet to receive word High Lord Bennington or Lord Carbridge. This is not surprising, yet may be reason to worry. Lord Marcave was swift in reply. Their words were optimistic but not contradictory. The Lord offers full support in any efforts to combat the plague, yet confirms they are banning outsiders from entering the mountains. The ring fort is settled between. Leads one to wonder how they mean to support if they refuse to leave. Lord Stock, on the other hand, responded with characteristic pragmatism. They acknowledge the plague, but seem less concerned than the Stockholm, it seems, is faring better than most, perhaps due to their ample stores and the distance from their other afflicted towns. There's not much to be done now, yet it's promising to hear that at least some of the other houses are managing and could be counted on for help. The news of the first death from the plague has spread quickly through the town. Normally bustling with the day's activities, the bard now carries a heavy, somber weight. Filled hands work as fear and grief fill their thoughts. thou visits the Zappeton barn with thy steward. Alright, let's take a look. Who will feed their families now? Winter approaching, we cannot afford to let the fields go unattended. We shall need more hands. My love, the pain of these families is immeasurable. They need to know we see them. With the right words, they may find the strength to continue. Why does this not raise morale? I think helping feed them and give them resources is more morale building than just like, hey, your dudes died, but you know what? Keep up the good work. It's like, come on. No, we're gonna provide aid, even if the game says it's not as good. Though it doth not dry their tears, the families thank thee for keeping them from squalor. My lord, very generous, yet if we do this for every death, we risk bankrupting the house treasury. Well, the right choice isn't always easy. The market, usually filled with merchants and townsfolk, is now occupied with a tense and anxious crowd. Fearful whispers and angry shouts fill the air. A merchant, disheveled and wild-eyed, stand upon a box. Yelling to the crowd, their voice carries over the murmur of the people. "'Tis the people of Ringfort. They've cursed us all. The sickness comes from their dark arts beneath the earth, and they'll spread till something is done. We must protect their own. Drive them out before it's too late." The crowd roars in agreement, and a wave of panic surges through the square. The situation is tense as thou watch over the scene. Let's see what the options are. Thou man is going to be allowed to continue. House Marcape had no witches, and my guard can only keep the peace for so long. They are so scared what they're right. You cannot know without checking. My lord fears a powerful tool. The people are looking for a target, and House Marcape is a convenient one. Now we'll pick this one. I don't want people to turn on each other. The crowd, taken aback by the sudden proclamation, murmuring to each other, begin to quiet down. Enough of this nonsense. There's no witchcraft, no curse from Ringfort. We're facing a sickness and face it with courage and reason, not with fear and wild accusations. Realizing they'd lost the crowd, the fear-mongering merchant slithers off their box, and the small folk mutter agreement with their lord. Check who that dude is. He's probably from, like, Stockton or something. It would actually make sense considering Marcus is allied with Carlbridge. Tension is eased for now as thy message takes root, yet it is not evident from the peasant faces that courage and reason can only placate the master's law. Thou meets with Mary Storm outside the barn as farmers work on storing wheat outside the elements. We have great news to hark on this day. The farmers managed a bumper crop this season to our surprise. The people say 'tis a sign of our family's just rule, yet I believe they simply work better when happier. As the day of taking meetings in the keep's main hall comes to a close, the servant approaches. My lord, I bring a word of great urgency. Concerns the plague. I fear there are dark forces at play. I am a whisper ear, yet I fear for my safety and trust no one else, not even the whisperhead. The plague consumes nearly every moment in meeting. I'll ask what they know. The source of the sickness, my lord, is not as it seems. I must speak with thou in private, away from all ears. I mean, I wish I knew if these people were real. Like, this could be an assassin from one of our rivaling houses. But let's go ahead, since he's asking. Well, we need to at least discover it for the video. Meet in secret. No chance of rumor spreading. Higher chance to hear the full secret. Have mercy, my lord. Lead the way. This is very suspicious. Now lead the servant to an unused chamber of the keep, instructing the guard to wait at the end of the hall and ensure privacy. The servant relaxes as the door closes, gone is their nervousness, and they dig in their cloak, producing a message. I was told to give this to thee. It has proof of the source of the plague. I hold out the small scroll bearing a blank seal with no sigil. The source. Who or what be it? Ambition. In an instant, the whisperer ear flashes a dagger from their cloak and drives it into Lord Storm's gut. Guards! Guards! A noble lord should know their place. With a final twist, the assassin wrenches the dagger free and buries it in their victim's neck. Moments later, boots echo through the hallway as the master at arms bursts into the room. My lord, somebody fetch the healer and seize that wretch. A pair of guards seize the assassin and puts up a little fight. As Martin turns to bark the orders, one of the two holding the assassin suddenly draws their sword and with quick precision rams it through the assassin's back. What? What art thou doing? We need them to speak. They killed a lord and made a move for my sword. It had to be done. I didn't trust him. I said all along that the whisper ear thing is lame. With the lord slain in cold blood, the town of Zappeton grieves. A vigil is held for the small folk and noble family to pay thy respects to their late liege lord. Yet not all of the family is present to grieve. The late lord's sibling, Abigail Storm, is still at the capital. The steward gives orders to the messenger to bring them the news. With uncertainty hanging over House Storm due to the having a youth of 11 years as their next lord, late Lord Storm's trustman, lordsman, experience may be all that stands fixed thy house in ruin. Act 3, the Young Lord. So I assume Act 3 you would have always had your Young Lord, but maybe if I brought the guard, like your character would still be alive but wounded and out of commission. Dark word spread quickly of the death of Gregor Storm. Within days, words reach of Abigail storming the capital on one of their trade envoy trips. Though struck with grief over the loss of thy sibling, thou makes plans to leave on the morrow and return home to support the house and the family in these dire times. Moving forward, you will be playing as Abigail Storm. As a senior member of the house, you hold some authority in house matters, but not sweeping authority like the former lord of the house. Thou stand in the grand hall of Crest Hall, with echoes of the waves crashing against the cliffs beyond the walls. It has been several days since the news arrived, and the weight of it all weighs heavily on thy shoulders. High Lord Bennington watches with furrowed brow, a gaze softened only by the glow from the torches. Sir Beauregard Bennington says, it grieves me to see thee in such straits. Thy house has lost its lord far too soon. Your mercy for meeting with me ere leaving for Zabington. I know they need thee. Cannot mince words. Thy house is in turmoil, and thy duty is not only to mourn. House Storm must remain and persevere, for thou stand betwixt mine most ambitious sworn houses. Were Carlbridge and Stock were ever to become neighbors by somehow coming into control of Zabington, it would be constant bickering and bloodshed. Oh, thank you for caring. I need thee to keep thy house standing by whatever means. Thou thinks they went to take over Zabington. I doubt they ever would overtly, yet the weaker House Storm is, the more influence of thy lands they can get. More like they would believe a new family with lordship over Zabington lands could be manipulated to be loyal to them easier than House Storm. I tell thee this not because I fear it will happen, yet because reports I received make it sound like it wasn't an ordinary death thy siblings suffered, but an assassination. An assassination by whom? Yet I know not more than thee. Thou must be the one to uncover the truth. I trust thee with thy local connections and good name throughout the valley to learn the truth better than mine inquisitors. Provide sufficient evidence of who ordered the death of my sworn lord, and I shall see to their punishment. Though thou hast just returned home, the advisors insist on meeting to discuss thy role. The matter of succession is clear. The late Lord Gregor Storm acknowledged Thorin Storm, their heir long ago, as their first child, to stairs by the law of the Western Valley. Yet this I do not dispute, yet we must admit these are dangerous times. We need someone more than a child at the head of the house. Abigail has served for years and is well known a perfect Lord Regent to lead House Storm as the true heir learns and grows. Our house has never had a Lord Regent and does not need one now. Abigail is a strong advisor, and Lordsman is all we need, ensures we avoid rumors of weakness in succession. They continue to argue as thou stands at the crossroads of power and duty. Okay, let's see what options are. A child can be the death knell for the house in crisis. Thou should ensure the young heir is not challenged as lord. We clearly need thee, but please set an example for the advisors who is charged. Yeah. I don't see the problem with this one. 'Tis not mine decision to make. I serve as Lord of House Storm requires. Ruben looks surprised, most of all Thorin. Silence grips the air as the advisors await what they realize is the Lord's first official decision since the death of their Lord Parent. Gramercy, I know little and know not what to do. The young Lord looks your way, ignoring the rest of the advisors to help focus. I know I need thee at mine side. Stay as Lordsman. Show me the right choices are. Help me be the Lord I was meant to be. Very well, we shall all serve the young Lord Storm. Lordsman Abigail shall serve as the Lord's top advisor in support of their claim. Thou arrives home to a house of people wrapped in grief. The greetings are short and condolences are plenty. The dimly lit hall of Zappington Keep feels colder than usual. Thorin Storm sits at the foot of the grand chair once held by the Lord Parent. Their eyes are downcast, small frames slumped with grief. Thou hast seen them grow since they were just a babe, but now as painfully apparent they are still nothing more than a child. The young lord looks up as thou approaches, eyes red from tears. Though just returned from the capital, the familiar presence of family is not enough to ease the weight of their sorrow. Why did they have to die? I am not ready. I know not what to do. I'm scared. You may not see it, they trust you to carry the legacy. Not wrong to be afraid. We cannot change what has been done, but we can honor the Lord Parent by keeping the house strong. The hands wipe away tears before balling the fists. I'll make sure House Storm stays strong in their memory. We will make them proud, won't we? Eager to start thy investigation, thou meet with the Master at Arms in the storage room where the act took place. This be the place that happened. I regret every day since I was not faster to get here. I did not witness the killing itself, and they were stabbed with the dagger twice. Once in the gut, the other in the neck. That's why I think that if we had stayed with the guard or something, he probably would have been stabbed in the gut and been okay, but out of commission. And again, I really didn't think it was wise to go off in a corner. But as I said before I did it, before I committed, I said I'm going to do this for the video so that we can know the truth. So either he had the secrets and we would know the truth, or he was going to backstab us like he did in this case, and we would know the truth. I really didn't want to pick that, but I do have to pick different decisions since I'm doing a video. The wounds were clean and precise, not the work of an amateur. Blade is lost, unfortunately, yet there was a peculiar note left behind. Investigate the note. Picks up the note. It's a high-quality paper written in fine penmanship. To the storm of Zappington, mind thy place for a river that grows too wide swallows its own banks. A clear threat to thy house, somebody not like to see thy succeed. The physical note and its contents all point to a noble house being behind the act. Dagger is missing. No sign of it anywhere. Nay, Lords of Storm. The assassin died ere having a chance to hide it, and yet it seems somebody stole it away. We're a common thief. Nobody would bother hiding the weapon. The absence is intentional, yet there are no leads to who stole the dagger. Well, it's probably a Marcus weapon. That's probably what that's suggesting. Which means that this was going to be House Crawbridge that did it. Or Marcus. Marcus is not the right name. That's not Martin either. What are the servants? They know anything about this assassin? None of the servants noticed anything out of the ordinary. Many knew the assassin, but only as a co-worker. They kept to themselves. With hindsight, it may be clear they did not belong to him. While I do not trust the Whisperhead, it would be interesting to know what their network is since their assassination. Regardless, somebody had to know something. There's no way they killed our liege lord without help. I have seen enough. Are you sure? Well, I can't return later, so I have to be sure. Master-at-Arms bows and motions for servants to begin cleaning the room. Thou looks over the scene, a surge of grief, knowing this was the last place your sibling drew breath. One thing is for certain. Somebody powerful wanted your sibling dead. To the grieving House Storm, I send thee my sincerest condolences in the House of Gregor Storm. The Western Valley lost a skilled and determined lord. I know that the challenges ahead are numerous, yet 'tis in times of great loss we must rally our strength. House Stock stands beside thee in these uncertain days. With respect, Lord Philippa Stock. My lords, there is much to attend to, yet we must first make plans for the coronation of Lord Storm. Rumors are rampant, and the people need to know their lord. The plague, though, is it safe? I don't want to fall ill. The guard can keep any afflicted from the noble family, so soon after an attack on the noble family, it is important the small folk see the house standing tall. Lord's safety is paramount. It would be expensive, but a show of confidence is a clear message. Honor, tradition, a public coronation is necessary. Thou speaks to the valued tradition, refusing to hide in fear. We shall make the arrangements. To House Storm. The news of Gregor's passing has reached us, and though we have had our differences, there is no joy in the death of a fellow lord. For my respects to their memory, at thy house during this time of grief, I expect the young lord will find their way quickly. Humbly, Lord Aldris Aldridge. Whoops. The small folk gather around the stage set up in the market square. House Storm banners flap in the breeze as the crowd murmurs. The crowd is large despite the plague. Many folk direly curious and wanting to know the fate of the house. It is noticeable that none of the other noble houses are present. Just a messenger or merchant from other towns sent to bring words of the proceedings home to the liege lord. People of Zappington, we gather today to see the passing of the mantle. Late Lord Gregor Storm legacy lives on in their heir, Thorin Storm. As Castellan in this keep, I present to you the new Lord of Zappington and House Storm. The crowd is a mix of cheers and apprehension, words of support alongside dismay that their former lord is truly dead. Lord Storm turns to thee, asking for any last-minute advice before they address the crowd. Be strong. Show them that you are more than the child they see. People of Zappington House Storm have weathered many hardship. The late lord was strong, and I vow to follow in their footsteps. I may be young, but I carry the name Storm, and that name means something. It means strength. It means resilience. I swear to thee all, I will protect this land just as my lord parent did. The crowd with growing energy is a mix of support and frustration. When we die, a child thinks to play at being our lord. Hail the young lord. House Storm prevails. A child to lead us. The plague will take us all before they learn to fight. The Master-at-Arms rushes the young lord to begin making their lead. The speech was well made, yet best not wait longer to truly see what the crowd thinks. The main bard thou accompanied the new Lord Thorin for the first time to hear a petition from the small folk. They nervously look over to thee, anxious but managing a small amount of composure. 3 farmers bow before thee, and the eldest of the group steps forward. My lord, we come begging you for aid. Our sheep, they hast all perished. We know not the cause, yet when I try to sell the meat, none buy it for fear the sheep died of plague. They were our livelihood. Without them we'd be in desperate need. I see. What are we to do, though? Caution is wisdom. We cannot survive and lose all our livestock. Small folk have little currently. We cannot waste food. We must know the risks before proceeding. This is food down, illness down, money down. This is food down and morale up. I'm assuming we'll never find the cause of death, but let's go ahead and pick this option in case we do. But otherwise, if I were playing alone, I'd pick this third option right here, just based off of the results. The cause of this should be inspected. I shall send food and healer to check on the meat. We cannot get people sick, more sick than they already are. God bless. We shall take what I can give. Arrangements are made for the delivery, as well as some healers to visit the farm to inspect the meat. Now Steward approaches thee on the morrow with the schedule in their hands. Lordsmount Storm, good day to thee. The Lord Storm hath a meeting this afternoon that thou should consider attending. A member of House Marcave arrived, and the word is they are expecting to renegotiate existing trade deals with us. Thou was originally hoping to meet with the Master of Arms this afternoon to interrogate the suspicious guard that killed the assassin without question. Oh, jeez. I'm assuming that if we go to this one, the guard disappears. And we gotta find out the truth. Lordstorm needs thy support. They are unfamiliar with our trade deals and other house relations. Lordstorm will understand do their best. The investigation is important too. If we have money and food to spare, even if they cheat us a little bit, let's go for this guard. Very well. I will ensure myself and other advisors with the young lord to assist. House Storm's Master at Arms, Martin Smith, leads to the basement of the barracks where the guard that killed the assassin is being detained for questioning. Boots echoing off the wall, the guards alone in a cell with a locked gate. This is the one that stole thy vengeance. Put up a little fight when the rest of the guard crew wrestled them down after that. The suspicious guard's eyes dart back and forth, slowly realizing who they are and the weight of the tension they are in. A situation they're in. Let Martin ask about the patrol. Ask about the missing dagger. The assassin's weapon has gone missing. Did you hide it or steal it away? They look at thee in genuine confusion. I was detained before I could even clean my blade. The dagger was still in the assassin's hand when I was escorted out. There were many stewards, servants in the room to tend to the Lord's body. I was nowhere near it. Man, this is awful. None of these choices are any good. Accused of deliberately putting the Lord in danger. The guard's breathing quickens as he stammers. I do not think they would kill my liege lord. Just needed somebody to look the other way for, I know not, nefarious deals or such. I volunteered for keep duty to be close, yes, and to have the servant's attention to be alone, but I did not mean for blood to be spilt. Our eyes hit the floor in shame. I know not of their plans, so when I saw what they had done, I could not let them talk and accuse me of being their accomplice. They know nothing more and leave. This now leaves the guard clear that the session was planned, but with more leads than answers at this point. The guard's quarters should be searched for evidence of the payment they received and to find if there's more to the story. The assassin's quarters should also be searched to try and determine who they work for. Meeting's resolved. Let's see what that leads to. Lord Storm, finding a moment alone, sits down to give an update to the Marcave meeting. Abigail, I know the steward told thee that the meeting of Marcave last week went fine, but it's more than they told you. They wanted to raise prices on tools we buy. Plagues got them short on materials, they said. I tried to tell them what fair, but they said if we don't take the deal, they'll just sell a car bridge. I thought maybe I could make them agree to send us more tools if we gave them more grain. They just laughed, calling me a kind-hearted lordling that don't understand the cost of metal. It was all they could manage to explain. The steward intervened. It was all they could manage to explain to the steward intervened and discuss terms with them to half the price increase. Now comfort Storin, they're still learning after all, and it will take time for the valley to see them as something more than a kid. Yeah, I can afford that. It's fine. Interrogation leads, or investigation leads. Now there's multiple leads that can be investigated. Which to pursue, the others can be investigated at a later time, so you claim. I don't think any of these are going to probably turn up anything. Trader Guard just accepted some money. Unless the money is like stamped with a certain person's house, I'm not sure it really matters. If they were working away, there must be evidence of their belongings. They killed the assassin, helped to get the... Well, I mean, the assassin gave up, supposedly. So he knew he wasn't getting out of there. I don't think he'd leave evidence in his quarters. We're going to search the Trader Guard. They killed the assassin, helped to get the Lord alone. What evidence were they hiding? After conferring that with the Master of Arms that the suspicious guard's quarters had not been disturbed, thou entered alone room alone to investigate. The room is as modest as any guard's quarters, sparse and unadorned. A narrow bed lies in one corner, the sheets rumpled and the blanket tossed aside as if the occupant has left in a hurry. Your first stop is the chest. Kneeling beside it and lifting the lid reveals the inside is mostly empty. Spare clothes, a dull dagger meant for utility, and a few other personal belongings. Not until thou shifts the pile of shirts aside that you find what thou is looking for. Hidden beneath is a small worn leather pouch, heavier than expected, is filled with gold coins. It is an immense amount of money for an average guard. It's exactly as the suspicious guard said. He had been paid off. Looking at the coin, you cannot tell where the coin came from. Perhaps somebody else will be able to help with that. For now, you tuck the pouch away. Despite being suspicious, the guards claim to have no idea where the dagger is. They'll find no evidence of it here. What thou does find, however, is a small piece of parchment with a crude drawing on it. It points to the room in the keep where the assassin was to meet the Lord, and where they wanted the guard to stay down the hall and keep others from getting close to the room. Just not much, but it does confirm that the guard was not involved in assassination like they've claimed. They were just meant to ensure the meeting was private. With only the bag of gold from the assassin in hand, thou leaves the room and notifies the Master of Arms they can do what they wish with the room now. It's strange that the game makes so exclusive choices. Like, I should be able to interrogate and then go and catch up with the rest of the meeting. Right? The interrogation didn't last that long. And it's not like the places are so far apart. Then I should also investigate not just the guard's room, but then the assassin's room. Like, why are these exclusive options? I know it's for the game purposes, but it just doesn't make sense. Raids in the south. Whilst working with thy master-in-arms at the barracks, a column of smoke south of town grabs thy attention and brings thee to a group of panicked peasants. In the distance, a homestead is burning with no hopes to save. Lords, we beg thee to listen, brigands have struck. Our homestead's destroyed, shall be burnt to ash. They've taken livestock, grain, everything. Really, we must do something. We can smash some raiders. Even the Lord's enthusiasm is bold and brash. How will thou act? Let's see what the options are. Lord is right, a swift answer to cowards to defend those thou is sworn to protect. Raiders are not mindless, just desperate. Offer them what they crave, and they may vanish from our lands without further bloodshed. I'd rather offer them a bribe of food to go attack one of our other lords. Okay. This is not a fight we face alone. Since our lands, yet they has guard and fort nearby, let them fight. Now let's go ahead and... I mean, we have 8 guards, I guess. Let's just go ahead and get some military experience in. Lord Storm's eyes light up as if this is what they always dreamed being Lord of House Storm would be about. This is not about glory, boy. This is about protecting people. Yes, we shall ride out once. Show them that Zappington answers when his people are threatened. I'll gather the soldiers. By the morrow, we shall clear their camp and bring them to justice. My lord, I am pleased to report the brigands in the South Woods have been dealt with. The soldiers fought well, we lost none, and had only a few injuries we attended to. Curiously, there was a patrol from House Stock that was also looking for the camp. We sent them home after confirming we had it under control, yet I would keep an eye on them. They had good intent, but they still march an armed force throughout lands belonging to House Storm unannounced. Experience gained, but some rules. So we got +3 long term and lost some short term. Yeah, I like this kind of setting here, where it's not just flat out values. A messenger from House Markave approaches thee. Ah, finally, Lordsmount Storm. Thy steward was wroth with me for refusing to deliver this to him, yet my lord assisted I to deliver this directly to thee. Now thank the messenger and take the letter to thy private quarters, read undisturbed. Lordsmount Storm, we grieve alongside thee, for the passing of Gregor Storm hath left a hollow in the western realm that cannot be filled easily. There is something I must admit, though it troubles me to do so. Some weeks before the dreadful news of thy lord's death, I received a request from Lord Carbridge. They asked that one of their novice traders join our trade caravan, head to Zappington as a favor. Thought little of it at the time, believing it to be a simple matter of coincidence. Or convenience. Yet when mine traders returned, they informed that the Carbridge trader had disappeared whilst in Zappington. Thought not of it, such things happen on the road. Yet in light of recent events, I fear they may have used my trade caravan as cover to enter thy town unnoticed. It may be not more than coincidence, yet I've learned to never underestimate the cunning of our neighbors. I bear no love for House Carbridge, and I am taking a great risk by telling thee. May thy house find strength in these dark days, Sir Markave. If true, this letter is proof that another noble house used deceit to get one of their own near thy home unannounced. I'll text the letter safely in which with thy belongings for safekeeping. It may prove useful as evidence depending on what more I learn. That was multiple leads. The dagger used to kill the Lord is still missing. We need to track it down. The keep today feels colder than usual, style waiting your quarters for the stewards. Perhaps it's just the unease that the dagger that killed a noble lord is somehow missing. Glaemon enters thy quarters, shutting the door behind him and taking a seat. My Lordsmount Storm, apologies for keeping thyself busy. Waiting. What can this humble servant do for thee? That informs them that the dagger was not on the body when it was taken for autopsy and is still missing. Ah yes, the missing dagger. Grievous oversight. It caused so much pain, yet so strange for it to vanish. Who had access to the body? The guards who apprehended the assassin, and that guard who killed the assassin. The healers that I brought were there, God forgive them for being too late. Then I suppose it was just a master of ours, myself, and a couple servants to help transport the body and clean the room after. Why dost thou believe the dagger went missing? There are many reasons a murder weapon might disappear, for fear, perhaps, on the part of the assassin trying to stash it before guards arrive. Yes, the weapon itself is recognizable and could reveal something more dangerous, a clue to their identity or allegiance. On the lighter side, it may have just been mistakenly cleaned with other items from the room and lost in obscurity, though that may just be wishful thinking. Whatever happened to it, I want it found and I need thy help. Start by questioning and searching those that I know were there before the body was taken. Keep things discreet, no reason to scare whoever we pursue. Of course, Lordsmount, I will take the matter in hand. The search will be conducted with the utmost discretion. It feels empty to have to wait for results, yet though we're not there, I must trust on those with leads to assist. It is a rare, slow day in the keep. The plague is loosening its grip on the valley, and the number of petitions were smaller than normal. At Lordsmount, we had extra time for once. These trade documents we worked on previously. They hurt my head after staring at them for so long. I can't follow the web of names of who is who, and with I was busy searching for who is behind the assassin. Yet can't thou take a break today and help me learn the trade relations thou know so well? I'm gonna go and decline for now. I want to learn the truth of this matter, in case it helps us with the second playthrough. Very well, I will see if a servant can help me with the names. Thou tells him another day, then gathers thy things and prepares to continue the investigation. 'Tis a cool morning in Zappington, and a few trusted hunters kneel before Abigail and Thorin in the keep's audience chamber. My lords, we have been finding traps along the side of the northern woods, and not ones we set. Poachers, we reckon. Every time we get close to catching them, they slip across the river into Carbridge lands. They know the terrain well, like ghosts they are. They are from Carbridge. Hast thou seen or known them here? They shake their heads. It's unclear if they are part of thy neighbor's house or bandits. Poaching may seem minor, but is a test. If the Carbridge is behind us, they're gauging how far they can push us. Tread carefully, show we are aware of the situation. Not all battles are worth fighting yourself. The woods can handle themselves with incentive. Bounty could just scare them off. Let's offer a reward for them. What's the difference? The hunters chuckle at the enthusiasm and quickly compose themselves in front of their liege lord. Yes, Gramercy. We shall have no problem finding help now with a reward at stake. Thou hast multiple leads that can be investigated. If a noble house is behind it, then there are bound to be secrets whispered in their halls. This is the only one that appeared new, but I can't imagine rumors would help me much. Nor can I imagine Assassin's Servant helping me at all. We're gonna go Whisperhead first. Choosing to meet out by the farms was an odd choice with the chill fall air, yet the Whisperhead has always had peculiar habits since thou hast known them. Good mercy for talking out here. I find the fresh air and lack of walls comforting when talking of whispers meant for only our ears. Dost thou trust the whisper ears considering the recent deceits? I think that's misspelled there. One never trusts the ears fully. Every whisper must be met with doubtful mind. Yet I understand thy concern. I'm taking great care to ensure that none of our whisper ears are compromised. Loyalty must be unwavering, and I will see to it that those in service to thee remain so. Only the ones that waver in the wind, well, let's say I do not work with them anymore. I need to know what thou hast heard then. What are the whispers? Winds speak many things, but none have named the hand that struck Gurgur Storm down. Yet, there is a certain tension in there, a tightening of threads between those who seek power. Both the quietest and most unsettling of the whispers are from House Stock. They speak of the current chaos in Zappington as an opportunity. Of what opportunity, I can only guess. Expansion, influence, perhaps they think our house may soon be ripe for plucking for themselves. What about Scarbridge? The whispers travel from there as always, yet are not different than from before the assassination. They keep watch of House Storm, yet they always hast. I'm shocked as anybody, but the words from On the Wind raise no alarm from Bridgemont currently. If that be from extreme caution or not to be heard, I cannot say. Gramercy, report directly to me if anything new is heard. With a deep bow, they vow to keep their ear to the shadows. Should the reports be true, House Stock looking to benefit from their demise is concerning at the least, but an evidence of a potential larger plot on their part as worst. Yeah, I didn't figure we'd get anything good from that. Thou moves with purpose into a small shared servants' quarters, a modest room with 2 beds and a simple table between them. The assassin's possessions are still here, mixed in with the belongings of another servant who watches uneasily from the other side of the room. A curt nod from thy steward helps to put them at ease. Gramercy, Mira, we will be on our way shortly. Just need to look through the things here. Are they taken out? I kind of wondered, actually, when we first got those 2 options, the guard and the assassin's quarters, the very first one. At that time, it's like, no, this is not going to tell us anything. And I thought, it's still going to be like the yes, my liege, or whatever, my king, or yes, your grace, where it doesn't really matter who you decide to blame. It turns out to be someone that was never an option for you anyways, and it doesn't make any difference whether you found the guilty party or not, right? That's how that game works for the big trial stuff that happens. It's meant to be vague just to keep you running around. And I kind of wondered if that would be that. That's why, one of the reasons why I'm trying to pursue the truth in this, so that way we're fueling both our information together, and if we did go through a second run-through, I would know what might have happened in a hypothetical timeline. Gramercy, Mara, we'll be on our way shortly. Just need to look through some things here before they're taken out. Mara, the servant that stayed with thee. They'll know them well. Not well, my lord. They kept to themselves most times. Yet there was someone in town they would meet from time to time. A friend or so, I thought. Never asked too much. Who is this person? Sorry, my lord. I do not know them, only where they would meet. Well, out by the stables and usually near the end of the day. Thal nods and makes notes to follow up on this lead. Search the room for clues. There's not much in the room for possessions, nor for a servant that had not been with the house long. As I explored, I found a leather statue of assassins in their chest. In the bottom is a secret pocket. Within, a map of Zappington is found. It's well made and the detail is astonishing. It outlines everything from guards patrol routes to the layout of Lord Deceased Storm's chambers, along with side streets, key entrances, and even escape routes from the key. Leon, what does thou make of this? Steward steps forward to look at the map. They normally compose demeanor and replaced by shot. It's a whole map of Zappington. How did they get this? The longer thou stares at the map, the clearer the truth becomes. The assassin was extremely well connected to have such a possession. Even worse, though, is the implication that the creator of the map knew things about House Storm that nobody outside of the house could know. That is all. You can leave. Art thou finished? We'll soon clean this place out for the next servant to use, so thou canst not come back. Yeah, we've investigated everything that we could have. As the investigation continues, there is little time remaining before the High Lord is expecting thee to return with proof of an assassination. Thus, only this turn and the next to investigate leads. It is of utmost importance not to waste these opportunities. I took every opportunity I could. Seeing a crowd gather in the market square, Thal goes to check it out with Lord Storm and a couple guards. There's a merchant on the box commanding the crowd's attention. The wagon gear beside them, they appear to be a merchant from out of town. They hold aloft a small gleaming bottle with the contents of which shimmer in the sun unnatural. My daughter, she has not eaten in days. Can it really rid her of the plague? But of course, good woman, this elixir has cured kings and queens. What be the worth of thy daughter's life? For a mere handful of coins, she shall live and laugh once more. Thor looks at thee uncertainly. Could this really work? It seems like a dream for it to be so simple. What if we gave it to a sick person? See if they really get better. Let's see what the other options are. If they're lying to us, we must stop them. What if it works? I want not to have people sick. Let's just test the elixir. I'm pretty sure that it's just fraud. Let's just see for ourselves what it does to somebody else. They're a volunteer. A sickly old man steps forward, gladly drinking the contest. Nothing happens immediately. Some peasants whisper nervously, others look disappointed. Miracles take time, good folk. The cure will work. Just have faith. To the dismay of the merchant, it's too late. The crowd slowly disperses. Only a few truly desperate souls buy the elixir. Without a cure, most are disappointed. One of the hunters from before was waiting in the courtyard by the barracks to give a report. My lord, thanks to thy efforts, we have seen no sign of the poachers that were once stealing game from the Northwood. The cowards has not shown their face since it was announced thy noble house had taken notice. While it would have been satisfying to see them pay for their crimes, we yet have the woods to ourselves again, for mercy. Well, I should still give them a reward for patrolling, if nothing else. That's multiple leads. Alright, so I have only this last turn. That's a shame. Let me think here. How would we even determine the origins of that? Tells them to set. How would you even find the friend? Man, okay, let me think here. Let's try the map. Sitting in the courtyard waiting for the Castellan to join thee, you look over the map found in Assassin's Quarters. The lines were too precise, the landmarks too well drawn, and there were notes on the keep's defenses that only someone with intimate knowledge could have recorded. The map was just more than a tool. It was a chariot. Lordsmount Storm, thou requested to see me. Handing them the map, thou explains it was Assassin's possession likely used to plan the hit. Doth thou recognize this map? I can't say I do it, my lord. I would remember if I or one of my assistants crafted this. The details of the map are astonishing. The care put into it is immense. I almost wish mine assistants were this good. Every structure, alley, defense we have, it is on here without fail. Is it possible Loco made this? This is no commoner's sketch. Whoever made it had access to knowledge that few possess. Even the constructor's laborers lack access to this level of planning. No, the hand that made this map belongs to someone with higher authority, someone who knows the inner workings of the keep intimately. And that means the traitor is close. I need thou to find them. Use thy expertise and find who close to us created this. Charles meets the eyes, cold and unflinching, understanding the weight of the command. Consider it done. I shall be discreet so the creator cannot hide. Unfortunately, I didn't even... Oh, alright. I think unless the guard and the steward are actually going to come back with information, and then I wasted an investigation on the dagger. After a hard week's journey, thou arrives to Crest Hall and is admitted to see the High Lord. Seated on the throne of Western Valley, the High Lord greets thee with a somber yet serious tone. Lordsman Storm of House Storm, it's good to see thee in good health. Assembled my closest advisors to hear thy findings and thine investigation to thy siblings' untimely murder. Standing beside the High Lord are familiar faces. Two of three High Lord swords are in attendance, Sir Godfrey Mallister and Sir Mary Bennington. The High Steward is also present. Harold Bennington ready to record the evidence. The murder of a noble lord is a wound upon the Western Valley, and justice is yet to be recognized. Tell me, hast thou found cause to lay blame upon any house for this treachery? I will not condemn it. I mean, yes, we did get that one that said that the guy was moving in from Carlbridge's caravan, and then he disappeared. That's very, very, very fishy. What else do we have? We got bribe money, but we don't know where the money came from. We have a map, which suggests a traitor. Which I can't even look at what any evidence we have found are. That's pretty much all we found, really. And again, this may be one of those things where you're never really supposed to find the truth this early. If thou know not, then I would not condemn an innocent house. Family came home all of a sudden. So what were we doing? Trying to figure out whether or not... I think we were just going to say declining accuse anybody. All evidence currently points to him, but I really feel that it's probably stock. I don't know. We're just going to decline. Obviously, someone was a treacherous, but we don't have enough information yet. Art thou sure? Once we leave this room, we will not revisit this investigation. Wait, I don't actually get the choice to say no? I have to pick one of them? Very well. Hast thou found cause to lay blame upon any house? Yeah, I have to pick someone. Alright, fine. We're gonna pick Carlbridge. Accuse House Carlbridge of assassinating Gregor Storm. Our houses have long been rivals, and I believe they saw an opportunity to weaken House Storm through my siblings' murder. Sir Godfrey Mallister leads forward, unsurprised by the accusation, yet fully alert. Carlbridge is aggressive, aye, and we know of thy recent conflicts, yet murder is another matter. What evidence dost thou possess, Lordsmount Storm? What would that be? Alright, we'll start with the Marquet warning for now. We received a letter from House Marquet warning us that Lord Carlbridge used a Marquet trade caravan to sneak supplies into Zappington. They did not leave with the trade caravan, and this was shortly before the assassination. Very suspicious timing indeed. What else? Go with the map next. The assassin had a map no commoner could have attained. The assassin's possessions was a map of Zappington that no commoner could have made or obtained. They had powerful friends that used subterfuge to learn everything an assassin would need and provided it to them. Shows ill intent from a neighbor, no other reason to get that information. What else? The assassin paid off one of our guards with a significant sum of gold. It was more gold than a servant could earn in years. It must have been provided from a rich noble house. Somebody rich supported the assassin. Troubling. What else? I don't know why. I don't know how this would help me, but I feel like clicking on it just to see what else my character has to say. Assassination plot, not just murder. The dagger used by the assassin was stolen and hid away from us. No common murderer would bother with concealing a murder weapon. Further proof that a noble house pulled the strings and wanted to clean up evidence. Useful, but nowhere near enough by itself to prove it was them. What else? We'll pick this. Well, I guess it's an opportunity may have meant that he wasn't ready for it. Our associates in Stockholm hear whispers of House Stock viewing the death of our noble lord as an opportunity. They had intent to turn our misfortune to our gain. This doesn't support thy claim. It makes it sound like House Stock is responsible, not the accused. Not at least take more care before presenting evidence. What else? Yeah, that's why I didn't think it was worthwhile, but yeah. Finished. That is all I have supporting my claim. So I will definitely make a note of these things. See, how did we get the stock? We got the stock information by talking to the Whisperhead. So if we spent that turn on something else, such as tracking down the stranger, that might have given us yet another piece of evidence. Finished. That is all I have supporting my claim. Art thou sure? After we leave this room, there's no more room for additional testimony. No, we have more to... Is there more? Probably not. Okay. Yes. Very well, that's given us much to think about. Mine advisors and I shall meet in private to discuss thy accusation. Once we have finished, I shall hold court later today and announce my ruling. Arrangements are made for the nobles in the House of Representatives present in the capital of the pending announcement. That is left to wait in the throne room with everybody else as the fate of your claim hangs in the balance. Glad we see it right away. The great hall of Crest Hall Keep is filled with expectant buzz as nobles, merchants, and townsfolk gathered to witness High Lord's proclamation. The long stone chamber echoed with the murmurs of the crowd, wildly guessing at what could be of such importance to hold court on such short notice. Scanning the room, thou spot representatives and relatives of House Stock and Carlbridge, yet their lords and nobles are not present, most likely not aware of today's events. Good folk of Crest Hall in the Western Valley, we gather here this day to address a grievous crime. The assassination of Gregor Storm were a foul blow to our valley, and it is the duty of this court to seek justice. Lordsmount Abigail Storm, in the name of House Storm, brought to mind council today their findings in the investigation for myself and to hear and judge. It is with great burden as thy High Lord that I stand before thee today and decree that there is insufficient evidence to place the guilt at the feet of any particular house or group. The murmur of the crowd grows, disbelief and frustration rippling through the hall like a wave. I shall not be remembered as the High Lord that tears down great houses on rumors alone, and so no justice or vengeance will be found today. Let it be clear today that any further acts of violence betwixt houses of the Western Valley will not be tolerated and handled swiftly and justly. The crowd, angry, disappointed at the lack of action, slowly disperses. The High Lord and the group motions for thee to come forward. Thou must be disappointed, yet look not at mine counsel. I put it upon thee to find the killer, and thou hast let me down. I shall not hold it against thy house, yet do not let it happen again. Wow, what a jerk. Traveling home, thou rest briefly on an outpost with some other travelers. Whilst eating, a conversation between worried travelers can be overheard. Must be getting where thee need to be. These roads soon be dangerous. You really think I'm fighting on the main road? Ere having the chance to ask who they refer to, a rider comes by yelling the news from their saddle. House Carbridge decries weak High Lord, no justice, no honor, no right to rule. Aldous stands in open rebellion. Consider thyself warned. Who's Aldous? He's just a... Oh, he's the head of... Okay. Hurrying to pack up thy things, thou head home with urgency to gather strength ere violence break out. Our plague has fully desisted of the long-term arrangement. Upon returning to Zappington, news of Lord Carbridge rallying against the High Lord spreads quickly like wildfire. In response, thou calls a meeting of the advisors to discuss preparations in case it breaks into all-out war. Our border with the rebel house has everybody nervous. We are doing our best to assuage these fears, yet many worry of a child lord during wartime. They only fear it because we treat Lord Storm as a child. Everybody has witnessed Abigail over their shoulder at every turn. Worse yet, Abigail Storm, exercising unquestioned power over the investigation into the assassination, has undermined the authority of the rightful lord of this house. 'Tis time we stand fully behind Lord Storm and have Abigail Storm resume their role as lordsman and emissary to the High Lord in the capital. Faith in our Lord, aye, but we cannot ignore the truth before us. War is no place for our youth, and the wolves at our door will devour us if we let them scent weakness. Our soldiers and people need a seasoned leader, one who can command respect and one with experience to guide us through this chaos. Pardon speaks truth. We need Abigail Storm now more than ever. We can manage questions of loyalty to thy Lord, yet we cannot survive with inexperience and uncertainty in leadership. Who's Charles Key? That is de Castello. Then Martin Smith is Master at Arms. Okay. This high time Abigail Storm is named Lord Regent. In peacetime we can revisit. Do I not get a say? I know I can do this. I have learned much these last months, and if thou stand by my side, I can lead. The decision stands with thou. The room awaits. What will be the Abigail Storm's role moving forward? I guess we'll just stay as lords and play as Thor and Storm going forward. We need experience lead as Lord Regent with full authority to get us this double morale. We need unity. Up and down morale. It's fine. We'll go with the airship. A wise choice. Thou hast helped us get to this point. Now it's time to trust in Lord Storm. Very well. Nothing makes a lord better than trial by fire, I suppose. Abigail Storm bows, embracing their sibling, I guess is supposed to say. Maybe. and swearing vows to support them and represent the sibling. I guess, yeah. You'll notice that they've kind of stuck to neutral gender thing because they didn't know if you're gonna, make like this heir is called Thorin. Thorin has a masculine name but a feminine voice. But yeah, since they kept it intentionally vague, I think nibbling is the way to say niece or nephew. Swearing vows to support them and represent the house at the High Lord's side. Moving forward, you shall play as Lord Thorin Storm, Abigail Storm, returning to the capital to support the High Lord in the name of House Storm. The future is now. Choose to play as a young lord. Well, this also gives us an extra person in the capital for help. The Young Lord. Complete Act 3. A Valley in Peril. Act 4. As thou make thy way through the market, merchants and townsfolk cast worried glances as they go about their business. At the far end of the square, a gathering of merchants is in heated discussion, led by Steward Glayman. My lord, the merchants and I are discussing our trade with Bridgemont. House Carbridge may be in rebellion, yet no official decree has been made forbidding trade yet. We have traded with Bridgemont for years. We rely on their coin to feed our families. Bridgemont is the Carbridge people? They murdered thy lord. How dare thou think of trading with them? So what the options are: down gold, down morale. It may upset the merchants, gain favor with the High Lord. No need to hurt the small folk unless the High Lord command. Bring the goods to me, we shall sell in secret. Our High Lord be none the wiser. I mean, we'll just go with just trade until the High Lord says something. I don't know. Why is this more gold? Oh, because the black market gives us more. I see. We'll just trade until the decree. We'll be upfront about it. Murmurs of approval accompanying relaxed faces. Their worries of rebellion affecting their livelihood briefly abated. Apparently that's less honorable than... Well, I guess black market would have been even worse than that. Trade uninterrupted. Ease fears from rebellion. With thy neighbor in open rebellion, Castellan Charles Keep and Master-at-Arms Marta Smith meet with thee. My lord, our soldiers are brave, yet we are woefully unprepared to share a border with an enemy house openly at war with our High Lord. A fear of House Carbridge strikes at us, we will suffer losses. My lord, I ask workers at the ready to set aside their tasks and rapidly build defenses to help our Master-at-Arms. Just say the word. We cannot defend everything, but protect the town. Let me think here. Let's build the watchtower so we would have more information to work with. At once, my lord. I shall dispatch the teams and have them built in haste. Breathless farmers on the Middlelands looked to thee for help. My lords, we has nothing. The Carbridge soldiers took everything we had and set fire to the fields after. Pillaging already? Them Carbridge dogs waste no time. We fled south. Most of our kin fled north to the capital. We know not of their fate. Clear move to starve the capital, destroying their food supply. There is not to do immediately, yet take care of the farmers seeking refuge. There'll be more time to discuss action once the full extent of the attack is known. Support for refugees and fear of raids. My lord, the watchtowers on our border entry points hath been erected, and we have scars stationed at them. They shall not deter a full army, yet we will have early warning if any force approaches, and we should be able to hold off small raiding parties from their safety. The banners has been called. Our High Lord commands the noble house to ready their forces. House Markhaven and House Stock are to march and retake the Middleland. Meanwhile, House Storm is to ready troops and defend against any Carbridge aggressions. When more is required, the High Lord will send a sworn sword to lead thee. With the message delivered, they depart, leaving thy house to determine specific. This is our chance, my lord. We must raise every soldier we can. Let them see our banners flying, and they'll think twice before crossing the river into Stormlands. We raise an army to supplement the guard. We shall have little to fear, my lord. We must not leave the fields abandoned. The valley is already in need of surplus food after the Middlelands were set ablaze. Dude, I have so much food, you told me that I had 2 more trading partners I never had. We can defend with what we hast. Lead the small folk to their task. We need to help feed and supply the High Lord's host. The small folk has been through so much already. How can we ask much more of them? No additional troops, morale up, bolster the ranks, raise every body person we can. I too fear invasion, yet it's wise to ignore our economy to do so. No, I think we'll be alright. We'll go and bolster the ranks. Well, yet leave enough for the fields and markets to function. Very well, I shall work with the steward to find the balance. We shall be ready for thy orders shortly. Army grown. The town is abuzz with gossip of the rebellion nearly every day now. High Lord calls the banners, answering the burning of the Middlelands. I hear Lord Carbridge has barricaded the bridge near the capital to prevent anybody from crossing the river. They laughed at me for refusing to ship mine wares through the Carbridge port. Well, who is laughing now? The High Lord has blockaded the rebel port, and my business be left untouched. Well, let me see if I can find these things. I wonder if that's... I don't even know which direction I'm facing. That's the thing. Like, is this Carbridge? This would be the Banner Lord or whatever it is, our super house, one that we owe fealty to. Maybe if I started looking for our mill. This is not our home. Maybe this was the super town. And I can't tell. The map is under construction, so I can't do anything with that. Thy Master-at-Arms greets thee, ready to discuss deployment of the guard. I am impressed. He has a fair-sized host assembled. We stand ready with 2 troops of soldiers to deploy to defend ourselves. Where dost thou want to first deploy to best serve House Storm? I don't know what this indicates. Patrol the river to ensure Carbridge not sneak across. Connection to the Middlelands and the High Lords. I don't even know what our geographical thing. Like, I assume that we are also adjacent to the High Lord somewhere. That's the easiest interested in our lands. We cannot let them cross it. Wise numbers alone do not win battles. They need to be better to survive an eventual fight. I'm going to go ahead and have them defend the water mill for now. Not because I'm particularly concerned about it, but it does have morale up. Like, I guess we'd get morale up for both of these. Just let them expand their pillage. Okay, we'll do this one because it says expand their pillaging into our lands. Though I don't want the water mill pillage either. I'm not sure how. I don't even know what this main road is. I wish it would the game. I wish I could see it so I could understand the tactical layout more. All right, well, whatever. I don't want them pillaging. I want to protect the people. If they want to continue pillaging, we will turn them away, or they get to our fields. We should have sent the other troop. Just the easiest interest in our land. We cannot let them cross it. They would try it again. I will ensure we are well guarded on Miller Island. Travel safer for peasants. Miller's protected. The main road has 4, but the Miller has 8. But I picked the second troop as Miller. Was the second troop the bigger troop? Raiding party turned back. Word of House Carbridge, cavalry riding near thy lands reaches thee. Ride out to meet with thy Master-of-Arms at the main road. My lord, told some raiding party from House Carbridge. Luckily, our defenses along the main road turned them back and sent them from whence they came. They be cowards, my lord. Look only for easy prey. Once we got there and they saw it were an even fight, they turned ere more of us arrived. Liege is gone. Working with thy Master-at-Arms, messenger interrupts thee with word from Martin Smith. I bear news of the fighting in the Middlelands. The High Lord has pushed forth, and their host managed to secure the bridge leading to the Carbridge lands. There may still be some troops on the High Lord's side of the river, yet without the bridge they have no way to reinforce. Excellent news. Any update on our orders? Not yet, my lord. Soon the High Lord means to march, but they has to gather their forces after chasing the rebels all over the valley. My lord, I fear we has a problem. More and more cases are occurring of broken tools, injured livestock, and dumped barrels of foods and supplies. Ports are scarce. Best word I has is rogues from Bridgemont snuck into our woods by crossing the river, and remote locations are sabotaging our small folk. They're striking through the land, careful to avoid patrols and making it appear as accidents or random crimes. We unfortunately lost from sabotage, but I assume that we'll get that back for the protecting the water mill, the windmill, or whatever it was. Yeah, more mill, more problems. Each of those defense locations had an event corresponding. Now, Citizen keeps sifting through the messages received from the High Lord, reports on their efforts when the Master-at-Arms are sent. Apologies, my lord, I have urgent news. Carbridge forces are gathering on the banks of the river near the watermill. They have yet to cross the river, but their intent is evident. They mean to take the mill once and for all. Delayed, Thou grabs gear to ride out with Marta Smith to support the mill at once. How many of the soldiers should I gather? There's always a chance this is a feint to distract us. Just 2 of us, my lord. We won't be slowed. We can join anybody already there. Wise to avoid risk. We should be at a mountain defense of the mill if needed. Let them see we shall stand for no more of their games. Take what we can to spare without weakening our defenses. There's only 4 guards at the mill, right? No, wait. Does the mill have 8? Does the mill have 8? Yeah, the mill has 8 people. That's fine. We're going to just pick the middle for now. Hurrying into action, the Master at Arms makes the rounds and gathers a small troop without spreading any defenses too thin. You say too thin, but we have no guards. By too thin, you mean like leave 1 dude at this outpost? Really? You lead me to the mill? Boingy, boingy, boingy. Oh, they're just assembling here. Now arrive at the banks of the Miller's Island as their forces are getting into formation. Yeah, there's these 8 guards, plus my guys. They have a bunch. Thai soldiers clamber to their positions as the rebel army is set and at attention. The sound of a horn, Cowbridge forces start crossing the bridge. Martin Smith shouts an order, and Thai troops charge to meet them. Fighting is fierce, Thai lines are holding well. As Thai forces press forward, the enemy begins to waver and give ground. Moments later, the cowards break into full retreat. Watermill has been defended, House Cowbridge suffering defeat after underestimating Thai martial prowess. Did we lose anybody? I want to know that. Familiar face from the High Lord's army arrives on the morrow and brings some welcome news. Good to see thee again. The High Lord's host is marching upon Bridgman, and the rebel forces have retreated to the strongholds in town. House Bennington and House Stock forces are currently preparing to siege. House Marcave has yet to arrive at Will shortly. House Marcave is delayed as they are bringing the siege weapons to break Bridgemont. Will should they stand firm. I kind of wondered, though, if like maybe Stockton or Stock had framed Bridgemont, but then he had pillaged our farms, unless it was Stockton's troops. I keep saying Stockton, but it's really just Stock. Is delayed as they bring the siege weapons. I remember they had the siege. They had the siege, whatchamacallit? Treaty, alliance, diplomat, something. They had the pact. The deal, the contract, there we go. Should they stand firm. Thai orders are to ensure none of the rebels attempt to flee south across the river. Thai forces work as the anvil, and the High Lords host the hammer. It shall not be long now, this rebellion will put down ere the winter. I should get to expand into his territory, please. Whether or not he's innocent doesn't matter. We fought for it. Reward me! An apple a day, have no meeples die to any plague. Okay. But you told me before that we had farmers die. Oh, maybe it's like during one specific turn or something. My lord, there has been an attack. House Marcave has betrayed the High Lord and is currently laying siege to Crest Hall. They never intended to join the main host. They waited until the High Lord's forces were committed and showed their true hand. So they were probably lying about the mark. That's it. They're probably lying about whatchamacallit. But then I try to think, like, why would he cast a vote for can't even remember his name anymore. Why would he cast a vote for that other guy, the one we're currently fighting, and then later secretly tell me that he snuck into the caravan? So I tried to think about that. The High Lord's host is occupied with the siege of Bridgemont. We can respond faster than they can. We must ride to protect and save the High Lord's seat. And abandon our orders, giving House Carbridge an escape. We must stand diligent to the High Lord's orders. They are depending on us. Without knowledge of the High Lord's will, thou must choose. Ride out and fight House Marcave in an effort to save the High Lord's seat, or obey orders and defend the border to ensure the rebels cannot cross into our lands as a means of counterattack or escape. Why don't we do both? Like, I haven't yet did the options that says muster everybody, right? Why I should be able to do that now and then send. We can fight Marquez, saving the High Lord's people and earning glory. The High Lord needs us defending us. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna not only obey orders, but I'm gonna protect my people. That's my priority. Our High Lord commanded us to defend the river, so we shall. We will not risk the High Lord's plans and the safety of Zappington thinking we know more than our High Lord. Very well, we shall stay the course and defend, ready to fight if the rebels attempt to flee. The High Lord will is the way. Crest Hall be not defenseless and can outlast House Marcave. The High Lord will prevail. Amidst news that the House Marcave has betrayed the cause, the High Lord orders an immediate march upon Bridgemont. Well, I kind of saw that coming. Because he obviously voted for the guy that is fighting. can't click next, though. There we go. The House Carbridge army meets the main Bennington host in the field outside of markets, fighting fiercely to keep them out of town. So, for example, I'm reading this, I'm not actually watching the fighting, so I didn't get to count how many of my people fell over in that fight. Once engaged, however, the House of Stock army springs their trap, sweeping in from the forest. They flank and engage the Carbridge rear guard that is protecting the road to the hilltop keep. Sorely outmaneuvered and outmaneuvered, the Lord Carbridge makes a cowardly escape from a secret hideout in the barn. Fleeing south, they attempt to cross the river swiftly ere anybody can catch them. To Miller's Island, they come upon flying troops waiting for any fleeing rebels. The enemies in their homeland and block them escaping the Western Valley. Lord Carbridge surrenders to them and accepts their fate. Demons run when a good Meeple goes to war. Capture Lord Carbridge as they attempt to flee, wrong word here, from the High Lord. Well, I'm going to be nice to him because he did spare our Thorin Storm. That is the honorable thing as well. We'll see what options we have. Thou pass by thy troops and come face to face with Lord Carbridge. They stand proud facing thee as thy captive as their town falls in the midst. Why am I surprised thou was here to catch me? I should hast thee known thee too craven to be the hero and fight to save Crestwall. Thou have thee then. What thou do with me, Thorin? Serve me to thy high lord. I suppose no matter what, I will pay for Lord Stock's crimes. They'll be delighted to see the assassination of thy lord give them everything they wanted. Lies. Why should I believe thee? I believe what they will. Yet 'tis the truth. Sir Philip of Stock is ambitious and wants thy lands. Their gamble that thou would condemn me paid off better than thou couldst have imagined. With only thy guard near, thou art left staring down the captive lord. There was no third option here. I would say I get to imprison him. And then I get, have further options stemming from that later on. But no, I guess we must take him to the Lord Carbridge, to the High Lord for justice. My guinea pigs are very excited at that decision, apparently. Honorable to a fault. Shouldst hast thou known thou does not hast the metal for the task. Wrong metal here also. You want M-E-T-T-L-E. Advance the epilogue. A Valley Divided, Act 4. After a long fight, the combined might of House Bennington and Stock overtook House Carbridge and put the rebellion to an end. Those that remained of the rebel family watched as their lord was marched through the streets to meet the High Lord's justice. For their crimes in rebelling against their liege, they were punished with death. With their lord dead, the rest of the House Carbridge split into two factions. Those that swore new oaths to the High Lord were allowed to serve, the rest were exiled, stripped of titles and lands to the end of their days. Some claim House Carbridge did not deserve the mercy shown by the High Lord. Mercy or no, House Carbridge was reduced to a shadow of their former self, struggling to maintain influence and prominence within their own town for generations. With the rebellion put down, the High Lord Sir Beauregard, Bennington worked to restore the Western Valley to its former strength. For their part in the rebellion, House Marquet was stripped of their titles. A new house was formed from the marriage of Bennington Knight and a wealthy merchant from Stockholm in an effort to shore up support. Starvation, however, was rampant as many of the farms in the Midlands had yet to be rebuilt and none of the noble houses could cover the demand of the whole valley. What do you mean? I had so much food that I could easily have... No, I have tons of food. I did mill and farm and I had like 4 bars of food. And at the beginning of the game I had like maybe 1. And I still survived the winter, right? I have 4 bars, and then there's also the fact that there's 3 houses left. With the rebellion over, Zappington began to return to a sense of normalcy not felt since ere the plague. Relations with the fellow sworn houses lords of the High Lord have returned to their peaceful, if not competitive, ways. The High House managed to hold its place as a major noble house, if not still the smallest. But there's only 2 houses left, so yeah. Though the many trials and tribulations, the prestige of the name House Storm suffered with many. Yet thou needst not adoration for thy house to survive. I think I did really well. I worked for my people at every turn. In spite of the tragic circumstances behind their rise to power, Abigail Storm's firm leadership kept their house together through an assassination, plague, and rebellion. Praised for their experience, none who opposed Abigail Storm maintained their role as Lord Regent for the years. He was never Lord Regent. He was Lordsman the whole time. I never made him Lord Regent. Thorin Storm learned everything they could from Abigail, determined and ready for their time to rule. With their combined presence, House Storm stood strong and found a new place of stability among the High Lord's sworn houses. Just the tale of House Storm in the Western Valley. I like this. This is cute. No mercy for playing. that was my liege. I'm looking. I really want to do a second episode, and I hope that you are also in support of that decision. Please let me know by hitting that like button and leaving a comment. Thank you very much for watching Tran Plays My Liege. I'll see you next time. Okay, I finished editing the episode, and I would like to see if we can find more evidence and make any sort of difference in the court. It's probably just a bogus thing where you can't do any changes, but we're going to give it a shot nonetheless. We will make a few changes to it, but there's going to be a couple key decisions I want to focus on. So I'm just going to skip through all the content we've already seen. I'm going to be clicking through it. We shall not fall, have my word. We'll pick a couple slightly different options just to see more changes. We shall not fall, have my word. Thy confidence is the reason I believe thy words will be true. Yet I warn thee to not underestimate the ambition of thy neighbors. Reports I received make it sound like it wasn't an ordinary death. We saw that. Somber Homecoming. We did it the other order last time. We're going to go ahead and do Somber first. There'll be some minor changes. Alright, for this one we're also going to change our decision. We had originally picked this bottom one and we lost morale because people were ill at ease with the young ruler. So we're going to try this. Thorin, you're young, but it's not wrong to be afraid. You have me and we're going to guide this house together. A look of comfort seeps into the corner of their expression as they look up to thee. I do not know if I can be lord yet, but with thee by my side, maybe I will not have to be alone. For mercy, Abigail. Okay, we still get the loss. We also took a major hit after the intermission. We were like at 4 flags before we just dropped down to 2 without ever a pop-up like this. So yes, I understand that they're grieving for the Lord. I did wonder if we could change any of that though. Alright, continue along. Also, I noticed that there's no more ask questions. We're gonna still maintain the key important decisions as usual, or just, I mean not as usual, but to maintain, I guess, the timeline so there's not that much of a difference. There's just, as I mentioned, there's just a couple things I want to divert to in order to find more evidence. We're gonna go ahead and do Honored Tradition again. And this time we're going to pick another one just to see slight difference. But we'll guess that happens next event. Okay, we got the letter this time first before talking to the witness. Oh, this is not the witness. I guess we're talking to Martin Smith. I guess he is the witness. Yeah, alright. Investigate note first. I'm not sure there's gonna be any difference between all of these things that we pick. Now earlier I had mentioned that I kind of disliked that I searched for the dagger that turned out to give me nothing, but it might be because I searched for it that I was able to say this must be an elaborate plot as evidence. So that might have been the payoff for that. Still, we're gonna skip that one and pick the other options we didn't pick for, like looking for the stranger's friend. We had picked this one, and people weren't thrilled with it, but again, this may just be flat out, you're always going to lose morale. I would say, be caring. They mourn the loss of a lord in the face of a plague. Yeah, he lost his dad, so. I know thou art hurting, lost noble lord, and we are all suffering under the weight of the plague. It hath touched every family, every life here in Zappington. Yet we are not alone, we are a community, and I care deeply for all of thee, just as mine lord parent did. Bless their soul, may the gods keep the young lord safe. The crowd continued to share sympathies for the young lord, relieved to be finished and trying their best to hide any sadness, and make to leave the stage. Hey, we got morale this time. Let's see, that makes disease goes up. This makes disease go down. We'll try this one, just to shake things up a little. Quarantine the farm, cannot risk other farms getting the same disease. I should protect the people and farms. We must quarantine thou and thy farm till this hast passed. Please, my lord, we can't survive a quarantine of what is left at the farm. Well, hast nothing. I'm sorry, I must protect people from this disease. The farmers leave in despair. Gregor Storm looks to thee, struggling with the words for what should have been said to make things better. Okay. I picked the right choice our last time. Also, we can click this to get a numerical value for this. I think I would have personally preferred numbers here. Like maybe an option. There's not an option for that, right? Settings. No, there's nothing. No options like that. Controls. You can't rebind anything. I investigated the suspicious guard last time, and while he did clue us in about bribery, we eventually got the evidence of the bag of gold by searching his quarters. So that ended up in a poor map, not the super map that was obviously done as an inside job, but this was just, hey, stand over here and make sure the meeting is private. So we're gonna try skipping the meeting this time and seeing how much it changes. For example, we might get the Markov's letter quickly and then be able to talk to the suspicious guard faster about that. Who knows? Very well, we shall see thou there. Cost for iron. The afternoon meeting arrives, and thou art introduced to Michael Marquet, heir to the house and head of trade. 'Tis good for thee to meet with me. I fear I never knew thy former lord, yet we whispered prayers for the gods to recognize them and bring. House Storm and House Marquet have enjoyed years of fair trade. Unfortunately, times have changed. Plague has ravaged our smiths, and the cost of iron has risen. We are left with no choice but to raise the price of tools and weapons we supply to your house, effective immediately. It is merely an unfortunate necessity. And the result last time for not going to this is we lost 1 unit of gold out of 5, you remember. Well, it's not really even total 5 right now. Gregor nods along, while thy master-at-arms, Martin Smith, gives the guest a stern look. 'Tis not about the plague, 'tis just an opportunistic move. Thou want to squeeze us for every coin whilst we appear weak. I speak only in gold and silver, not games and schemes. But thy will, yet these are our terms to propose. Obviously, we know that there's going to be a war on, so I'd like to keep our military power up. If we appear willing to listen, we may find a compromise that strengthens our relationship. Can't not afford another enemy right now, and he's going to be our enemy regardless, so I'm not going to worry too much about being his best buddy. Do not let them think of us as weak. Stand strong if they need our coin. They suffer as we do. They must have no other choice and will remember our kindness. Oh, will they? No, I don't think they will. We'll try this, because realistically, if Lord Stock is the one that gives them their food, and we are the ones that give them their food, they will have no food imports. So we'll call their bluff, and they'll probably dismiss us. Remember that we're just trying a couple things different. This was not by choice. This is like we would probably pick maybe this or this. Realistically, probably this, because I, in general, have picked the middle option many times. Call their bluff. Threaten to end trade if they raise the price. Sharing unsure glances with their advisors, the young lord turns to the visitor. We do not need thee. We can find other smiths if the original price is not kept. Michael Marquet's face tightens and they stand straighter. All right, little lord, yet I wonder who else would supply thee in such dire times. We will honor the terms, yet mine liege lord parent shall not be pleased. Do not be surprised if we find a new buyer. Owned. We get more military doing this. Let's see what House Stock has to do with it. Remember that we did find their party in the original timeline, which is this should be all part of the same episode. In the original timeline, we rode out and defeated the bandits very easily, got experience points for it basically, and I think they reported seeing House Stock in the area. This time we're just gonna say like, hey, why don't you guys do it? Just to see what happens. Request House Stock handle the situation from their nearby fort. This is not a fight we face alone. 'Tis our lands, yet they has guard and fort nearby. Let them fight. Lord Storm looks disappointed that somebody else could get the glory, but concedes. It's true, I suppose. Let them take the risk. Plus, they are closer. Very well, I shall send a pair of scouts to work with House Stock to drive them out. Wonder if I can actually see, like, the soldiers or fort or anything. I mean, I guess that's their fort. Looks smaller than my empire. Maybe that's just no, that's probably just their fort, not their town. So now we do the interrogation, so that we probably got to do an extra investigate leads as a result of going to the guard the first time. Alright, last time I'd asked about the missing dagger, and that pretty much led us nowhere. So let's try let Martin ask about patrol. Oh. See what all these options are. They were not supposed to be in the keep that evening. I want to know more. Your patrol was not supposed to be near the Lord's chamber, yet I find thee in their chamber with the dead assassin at thy arms. The schedule was confusing and I was out of place, so what? They know as well as I that this is not the first time that has happened under thy command. They are overtly defensive, covering up something. We're gonna go ahead and inquire about the assassin because we already know why he killed without questioning. He was scared that the assassin was going to snitch on him for taking a bribe. Let's see if we can find out any more info. You knew the servant, didn't ye? No one gains private access to Mine Lord's sibling without someone on the inside. I'd seen him earlier that day. The servant? They came to me with coin, more than I'd seen in my life. They told me they needed time alone with Lord Storm for important matters. I had no way to know it was lead to this, I swear. The voice cracks and the nervous claims come out fast. Thou doth not believe them to be lying. I guess we'll just ask about the dagger to make sure we get all the info available. Nothing has ever mentioned about the guard, but I would say that he should be put to death as a result of his actions. Intention doesn't always... Intention can... Alright, how do I phrase this? Sometimes the end result does matter towards judgment. For example, if I took your life savings, gambled with it, and then I came back and I gave you 4 times the money, you might forgive me. You might be a little pissed, but you still might forgive me. But on the other hand, if I never returned any money, I said, oh, I lost it at a game of blackjack, you would have every right to be pissed. Neighborly assist. Let's see what this one is. This is going to be the new one. Now come across thy steward and master at arms discussing the brigand problem. House Stock came to our aid when called on and did a service for us. So why be so on edge? Doth it not concern thee that they were eager to attend to the issue when it was in our lands and we offered nothing in return? I trust them not. They are trying to turn the small folk in these woods against. I tell thee, they went those woods despite their friendly facade. Lord Stock said it themselves. Should we need aid in this troubling time to call upon them? I mean, I've done so many nice things for them. I did lose the tournament, though not on purpose. I supported him at as the King's Arm or whatever it's called, and then we also took the tourney away from Carlbridge. Like we've been consistently helping Lord Stock, though distrustful of him, and rightfully so, as the game had proven to us. Sometimes things are just as they seem. A friend helping out. The brigand problem resolved. Thou is relieved to have one less thing to manage, despite the worries of the Master at Arms. I feel like I know a lot about how it sounds, or maybe it just sounds a little weird to me. Because I'd had played things like, for example, Ultima. That's my avatar, right? My image avatar is based on the character called the Avatar in the Ultima series, and they use thou, thine, thee a lot. So I'm really, really familiar with that. At least I feel that I am. It's still cultural archaic language. It's not real archaic language. So there may be some, I guess, differences from realism, but I mean, this is what that's based off of too. Anyways, let's return later. Hold on. Oh, that's the only thing left. What dost thou wish to pursue? This time we're going to do the Assassin's Servant quarters quickly so we can get the map and learn about the Stranger's Friend. Search the room for clues first this time, and then we'll talk to Mara. Any changes? No. We're gonna change up poachers a little as well. This was one of the key decisions I wanted to change, actually. There are people slipping through the river in the Carlbridge lands, and last time I tried to pick a nice choice by offering a bounty or reward for these brigands rather than charging off in the blaze of glory. This time we will do that. It might be Carlbridge. Probably is, frankly. That's why I think I think it is Carlbridge. So I want to send my guards out and find more information. Because we did this with the brigands earlier and we found Lord Stock's troops, right? So I'm going to send my guys out this time and see if we find Carlbridge behind this. Yeah, we can catch them and protect their woods. Aye, I shall gather a team. Have no worries, under no circumstances will we kill anybody. We need proof of poaching, not another bloody encounter with Lord Carlbridge. We're giving up one search. That's going to be talking to the steward, see if that changes whether or not we ever learn about the daggers hidden. Now, we've already learned that the dagger's missing, but we never really came to the conclusion, at least in universe, that the dagger has been elaborately hidden by somebody. Must be support from a noble house. So I think the other thing I'll give up is the Whisper Man, whatever, because he talks about Lord Stock troops. I keep calling him Stockton. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and teach Gregor. So that gives me 2 phases that I can give up. Thou know so much already, I need help catching up. Yeah, sure, Gregor. Gramercy, I will get... Wait, your name's Gregor? Wasn't your name Theorin or something? I'm not... Hold on, what? This is you. Became masculine, what? Hold on, I gotta check this. Your name used to be Theorin. Maybe it just gets randomized every time you load the game or something, I don't know. Gramercy, I will get paper and quill and meet thee shortly. After hours with the map, the young lord begins to grasp the names and allegiances of the minor houses and families goods in the region. 'Tis good to see them put honest effort into learning the business side of the house, even if they still have a ways to go. Oh darn it, I didn't read that. And there's no change to morale or anything with that. This is one of those times where I edit in via screenshot of that section because I accidentally clicked through not reading it because I was so busy talking about why my lord's name was changed. Let's see if we can find that guy. Where's Gregor? Maria Dungworth. Really, I'm looking for someone with a cloak on their shoulder. Maybe they don't really exist outside of events. We'll do Ancestry. Gregor Storm. Oh, he hasn't been killed yet. That's why. That's right. I got confused by that. His name was originally Gregor. I'd forget because I was used to the heir being the one in charge or being talked to. Wait, didn't he die already? Because yeah, he's dead. He should be dead by now. So I guess when you load the game with him being dead, it forgets that he's dead and uses the old name. I think that's what's going on. Right, let me double check this. This is you. Yeah, it doesn't... Okay, and it doesn't say deceased like it would over... I remember seeing someone say deceased. Maybe that was me. Right there, here. Like Valentina Stock, deceased. Yeah, I mean, we're searching for the... I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, I just got so confused with that. We're searching for the investigation on his death. Obviously, Gregor is dead, but he's... Sure. Alright, so we're gonna skip these until we... anyways, we're gonna try searching for the assassin's friend first. We did do the map, but we never got to see if there was a lead that came up with it. Searching... Well, let me think here. I mean, the Castellan said that he would look for the culprit, but maybe all it does is just tell me that someone with inside knowledge had to make the map. But I kind of knew that the moment they said it has all the nooks and crannies of the house or the castle. So should I like do this early so that there's time for it to be done? kind of like how when you select the high priority, middle priority, low priority house construction project at the beginning of the game. We're gonna just do search for Assassin's Friend, because I'm really gonna guess that they never find anything. Oh, wrong dude. Apparently it's Dunsworth again. Alright, last time we just tested Elixir for the crowd to see. This time we're just gonna take them down. If they're lying to us, we must stop them. A hush comes over the crowd as guards head to the stage and evict the merchant. That's it? Scared of guard, wanted a cure. Alright, I'm gonna have to compare. I've actually gone through and written notes of every one of these noble ledgers, except for maybe like the plague happening. Because it hits you every turn and then decreases every turn. But I wanted to maybe run a perfect playthrough of the maximum stats or something. For example, it's overkill for me to have done farm and mill, but given that the game was so hell-bent on saying you're starving, dude, in winter, that was my natural response is, okay, let's not be starving next time. Oh wait, I'm not reading. Sorry. Search for a stranger. Sorry, I got in the habit of just clicking next. The search for the assassin's friend starts off slow. The stable hands knew of the person, but they aren't from Zappicon and did not know a name. My lord, they'd never talked to us, yet I remember they always had a dark green cloak on. Never seen something like that era before, eh? Ear. After thanking them for the info, thou continue thy search through the town, looking for anybody that knew of somebody matching that description. Nah, my lord, I know not. Too many traders from the farms with food for winter to notice somebody. We're gonna return later. I just want to check or test something. We're gonna stock and edit their house. House color is mustard, so we'll just like make this peak. And then we're gonna make Cowbridge color. It was blue? No. Okay. I would just make it blue. So what we're doing is Bennington was the one that's green, right? So I'm gonna go through and just change them all real quick and see if that changes the dialogue at all. Probably doesn't. Probably has nothing to do with any of that. White. That way we will have it. Customize the name of every noble house in the Western Valley. I mean, that's not quite what I did, but sure. You can keep jumping in front. Dark green cloak on still. Okay. After thanking them for the info, thou continue thy search through the town, looking for anybody that knew of somebody matching the description. Nah, my lord, I know not. Too many traders from the farms with food for winter to notice somebody. Aye, sorry, my lord. I try not to spend time with the outsiders. Bad luck with the plague and all. With hope dwindling and a dead end facing thyself, a stroke of luck comes in the form of a fruit trader on the edge of town. Aye, that green cloak trader from the rural farms. I see them. Get a small amount of berries from him. I know not who they serve, yet they come by every fortnight. Like to see them in a week from now, late afternoon most likely. Trader from outside of Thailand's meeting regularly with the assassin. Seems like likely they bring more than just berries to the town when they visited. Nothing left but to wait till they are in town again. I'll tell the merchant to keep an eye out for them and make thy way back to the keep. That's an actual lead. I was not expecting that. I would like to do the poachers first in case that leads us anything. One of the hunters from before is waiting in the courtyard by the barracks to give a report. My lord, thanks to thy efforts, we have seen no sign of the poachers that were once stealing game from the North Woods. This is the same title, so it probably is exactly the same dialogue. Whilst it would have been satisfying to see them pay for the crimes, we yet have the woods to ourselves again. For mercy. So this time we didn't lose gold, I guess. Because we lost gold for putting in the bounty. So I don't know why we would lose gold, because we didn't give the bounty to them, though I would have wanted to. And so the bounty was never claimed. I should get that gold back at the end. Multiple leads. We're absolutely encountering the assassin contact. I have the description of the assassin's contact and maybe to track them down. The sun hung low in the sky over the dusty marketplace of Zeppelin as Abigail Storm waited, hood drawn at the edge of the square. Eventually, Thal's patience pays off as the green cloak fluttered into view, moving through the locals. A trader carrying a heavy satchel of goods, looking just like any other merchant. Thal overhears the vendor they converse with call them Jeb. When they finish at the farthest stall, Thal stepped directly in their path, interrupting their retreat. I think it doesn't really matter too much what we say. But let's just pick this one for now. Let's skip the pleasantries. I know thou has been working with them. Now you are going to tell me everything. He's going to break for it, isn't he? The trader hesitated, casting a quick glance toward the outskirts of the market, but they realized escape was impossible. Oh, my guys actually stood up and surrounded him? That will need to be more specific. I work with many people. Do we only get one thing? Because I would like to do all of it? Why would I have to... Fine, we're just going to do this one just in case we only get one choice. Interrogate about their relationship with the assassin. The assassin. Thou knew them well by the sounds of things. Do not deny it. We has proof of it. The trader's demeanor shifts. Seeing no use in denying, they take a matter-of-fact tone. Aye, I has known them for years. The friendship has grown more profitable over the years, admittedly. Not that I was involved in any of their dealings. I merely was a convenient delivery man. May the gods recognize them. They were just a pawn and did not deserve their end. Thou presses the trader for who they delivered messages for to the assassin. I can't tell thee that. Nobody hires a messenger that cannot keep their secrets. I made a search their ledger of trade partners. I do not think I will be allowing that. I apologize, my lord, yet I must be going. A sudden change in their demeanor is remarkable, yet their confidence is likely a ploy to try to escape without incident. No, thou is coming with me. I has more to know from thee. I don't mind killing this guy and searching his stuff. Oh, now I believe thou hast made a mistake. If you think you can arrest me without a fight, you're wrong. A figure steps from the shadow, an armed bodyguard, concealed until now, weapon draw, takes a step in front of the trader. Thou are armed, yet no guards are immediately available to help. Wait, what? You did this alone? Okay. Take out the bodyguard. I mean, the whole point of this little diversion is to see what evidence we can find. So take out the bodyguard. Drawing your sword, thou stares down the bodyguard. Thou should know, I am not afraid of a fight. Clash is brief yet fierce. Steel rings out through the market, and with a swift strike, thou cuts down the bodyguard who hits the ground with a grunt. Now, as I said, thou is coming with me. Confined to the small cell in the basement of the barracks, Abigail and the whisperhead Magmatius enter to find Jeb the traitor nervously awaiting their arrival. Jeb, thou hast been caught within thine own web of deceit. Yet thy life need not end in pain. Speak truth that thou shalt find refuge within Zappington from whoever wishes for thee to remain silent. Jeb, caught off guard by the offer, stammers that they will speak the truth for thy mercy. The assassin, tell me about thy relation and arrangement. We go back years. They were just another worker when I met them. But they knew people above our station and got mixed up in their schemes for promises of riches. They were good at being invisible. Nobody suspected a thing. I did not partake in the scheming. It was simply their delivery man to get messages to them. I ne'er read them, else I would have known we needed out. Who did thou deliver messages for? Who gave orders to the assassin? I trade all over the valley, yet my name must have been whispered to those in need of discretion, because I had many who wanted more than just produce delivered. Thou can check my logbook. I visit Bridgemont most and have the most messages from there. I know not who. They operate secretly and have me delivered to hidden caches rather than people. So that is the Pearl Bridge, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and edit their colors at least somewhat close back to what it used to be so I don't get confused. He was red, right? Red dark. Dead drops for whisper ears to pick up. I will want to know of these caches later. The ones from my friend, the assassin, those came from Stockholm. This dude was Mustard. His friend, the assassin, came from Stockholm. Most messages come from Carl, whatever. It was never the same person to meet me, but they insisted I come here urgently to deliver to the assassin. Sometimes it was messages, sometimes it was money, but always unmarked. Their logbook backs up these claims. Every Stockholm visit was followed by a stop in Sappington, including their current trip. I will want to read all of the messages thou hast now. Reviewing the letters, there is much that makes little sense, but Magmatius appears engrossed in their details. Very interesting. It appears there are quite a few rats amongst us. Well, you don't say. It took death of your king to find that, huh? Wow, you are very good at your job. Outside of the standard whisper ear correspondence, one note in particular catches my attention. Disorder breeds opportunity. Keep the valley in chaos. Keep Storm in check. More will follow. And Storm is us. Okay. This note, who was this meant for? Studying the letter, they check a cryptic note on their schedule to confirm. They had not a name, just a location, a cache that's not used before. They show the Whisperhead a spot on a crudely drawn map. Curious, why continue contact after the assassin is dead? There must be others involved still. He still has to find who knows of this cache. It's a grim thought, the possibility that the assassination was just part of a bigger plot. The room falls into a heavy silence. There's nothing more to be gained from Jeb the informant. They answered everything asked, with every answer pointing to House Stock. Lordsman Storm, I believe it is time to go soon. What is to be done with him? Despite promising safety, the Whisperhead stands quietly aside, as Jeb's face becomes frantic and pleads for thy mercy. What do you mean, honor the promise? As in, like, let him live here? We're gonna honor the promise only so that he might be a witness in the future. But otherwise, I think he should die. I don't know. I mean, he was just delivering messages. But he had to have known that something was bad. He had to have known. Now waves a hand and the Whisperhead gives them direction to meet with them in their quarters for arrangement. And we also had to kill his bodyguard too. He tried to use force against us. And resulted in the death of another person. Ere leaving, the Whisperhead turns to Thou in private. Quite the story they tell. This would not be strange for a trained spy to lie to protect their true employer. Dost thou trust this one for their word? Even if the evidence is a lie, it is damning and powerful. It is up to thee to decide whether to use the evidence when meeting with the High Lord soon. Could I have changed? Oh, maybe I can change the outcome of what happened. We'll see. We're still gonna mess around a little bit, as if everything's gonna turn out the same. Assassination accusations. But this will be good information if we do want to run a second playthrough. Oh, I'll just go and change this guy's color back to... This was green. This one, House Stock. They asked to use my sibling's death as a means to their own, to destabilize Zappington and grow their influence at our expense. Sir Mary Bennington furrows their brow and studies you carefully. A bold accusation, Lordsman Storm. What evidence dost thou possess to support such a claim? Let's see, we do still have the dagger and the map, even though we never questioned about it. So let's go and pick those to begin. The assassin had a map. Okay, we already did that one. Okay, now let's see what things we want to pick. Continue chaos in Zappington. We'll just go from top to bottom at this point. The informant the assassin worked with had additional letters to deliver to Zappington. Even after the assassination, there was an order to continue sowing chaos for House Storm. Unfortunately, we didn't get to search that drop-off point. So I might save that. Sorry, I hit the microphone. I might save that for like run number 2 or something. Because we did find quite a bit of more information. I told you from the beginning, I didn't trust that dude, that Stock dude. The assassination was not a one-off vendetta, yet a larger plot against Mindhouse and a larger conspiracy. They certainly has no lack of ambition, so it matches. What else? They always visited Stockholm prior to the assassin. Every time the informant supplying the assassin with funds and information met with them, it was immediately preceded by a visit to Stockholm. It is clear they were immediately delivering information after their visit with their stock contacts. That sounds more than just a coincidence. Strong evidence. What else? Connection? I mean, I don't really know what that has to do with anything. It's a longtime friend. The assassin had a friend that was used as an informant to deliver messages back and forth for the nobles. They were paid above and beyond for their secrecy. Hardly out of the ordinary, only suspicious because their friend was the assassin. What else? Admitted to delivering info on behalf of House Stock. Upon full interrogation, the informant working with the assassin confessed that the messages were coming from contacts in Stockholm. They had names, yet Whisperhead corroborated that the informant's telling of the exchanges was how the nobles of Stockholm operate. Pretty damning evidence, close to enough on its own in mine eye. What else? And then I unfortunately, because I never talked to the Whisperhead, I didn't get the Stockholm. Is it Stockholm? Yeah, Stockholm had an opportunity or saw it as an opportunity, so I didn't get that evidence. Nor did I ever search the dead drop as I mentioned or whatever it is. And that might not even be a lead we could search. But yeah. Finished. That is all I have supporting my claim. Art thou sure? Yes. Very well. Thou hast given us much to think about. Mine advisors and I shall meet in private to discuss thy accusation. Once we have finished, I shall hold court later today and announce mine ruling. Arrangements are made for the nobles and House representatives present in the capital of the pending announcement. Thou is left to wait in the throne room with everybody else as the fate of your claim hangs in the balance. Good folk of Crest Hall in the Western Valley, we gather here this day to address a grievous crime. The assassination of Gregor Storm be a foul wound on our valley, and it be the duty of this court to seek justice. Lord Abigail Storm, in the name of House Storm, brought to mine council today their findings and an investigation for myself to hear and judge. I hath found their evidence compelling and damning. House Stock hath conspired in the shadows to commit this treacherous act. The evidence is clear, their hand guided the dagger, and for that the head must pay. Gathering their composure, and after waiting for the murmurs throughout the hall to die down, the High Lord stands tall. Let it be known throughout the Western Valley, by the decree of the High Lord of the Western Valley, Sir Beauregard Bennington, their head of house and lord's life forfeit to answer for this crime. Sir Mary Bennington, thou art to ride with Lordsman Abigail Storm to Stockholm and bring Sir Philippa Stock to justice. Let this be a warning to all who would conspire against their kin. Justice is inevitable. Wow, we really changed things here. Accompanied by a small group of the High Lord's personal guard, thy make for Stocklands with Sir Mary Bennington. What be the meaning of this? Thou wish to not die alone? Are you asking... What? Is she threatening my guy now? Oh, okay. Had a whole army ready to go. Alright. Thou doth come with the message of justice, yet what justice is there when lies and jealousy guide the High Lord's hand? I shall not surrender my lands or my life to false accusations. The High Lord hath failed, and the decree means naught to me. The soldiers behind the defiant lord stand at attention, easily outnumbering the High Lord's troop and in fierce devotion to their lord. Sir Philippa Stock, by thy liege lord's command, thou wast found guilty of orchestrating an assassination. This can end clean, thy house need not fall. Face thy punishment with honor. Mine house need not fall, for I shall not suffer this insult. The High Lord hath shown themselves unfit to rule by allowing such a farce to proceed, and so we shall no longer follow. I wish to punish me for a crime I hath not committed. Well, come take mine head then. These soldiers will not let their lord die in vain. So be it. As a traitor to the valley, thy words only condemn thy house and family. With tensions rising, Sir Mary Bennington gives the order to retreat before anybody makes a mistake that can't be taken back. Sir Mary Bennington's command. So I did make a couple less than optimal decisions on this go-round. We quarantined the farmers. I think we changed our speech to the kid. I guess that was turned out about the same. Safely back on the main road, Sir Mary Bennington stops the group to talk with thee before parting ways. I feared this day would come. Foolish to think they would bow to a troop of the High Lord's knights. Thy house hath suffered much, yet war is coming, and thy High Lord hath need of every loyal house. Go home and gather thy strength. Ensure thy house is united, and know thy High Lord shall not stand idly by. With a bow, they leave thee, and as they head north for the capital, thou races home to the south to prepare thy house. House Stock rebels against the High Lord. Future of the house. Upon returning to Zappington, news of Lord Stock rebelling against the High Lord spreads quickly like wildfire. In response, thou calls a meeting of the advisors to discuss preparations in case it breaks into all-out war. Our border with the rebel house has everybody nervous. We are doing our best to assuage those fears, yet many worry of a child lord during wartime. They only fear it because we treat Lord Storm as a child. Everybody has witnessed Abigail over their shoulder at every turn. Worse yet, Abigail Storm exercises unquestioned power over the investigation. The assassination has undermined the authority of the rightful lord of the house. That is false. And also, I had actually suspected the steward once he became like this. First off, number one, we were actually charged by the High Lord to find the culprit. That was an actual command. Number two, we helped at every turn at the steward's request. So instead of talking to the guard, we helped with the negotiations. When he asked for tutoring, we followed up on that. So yeah, he's just being a prat right now. And of course, he was also around with the dagger witch missing. So that's one of the reasons why I started suspecting the steward once we found, like, why is the dagger missing? How does it, what, did it just grow legs? This time we stand fully behind Lord Storm and have Abigail Storm resume their role as Lordsman, an emissary to the High Lord of the capital. Faith in our Lord, aye, but we cannot ignore the truth before us. There is no place for youth, and wolves at our door would devour us if they let them scent weakness. Our soldiers and people need a seasoned leader, one who can command respect, and one with the experience to guide us through the chaos. Arda speaks truth. We need Abigail Storm now more than ever. We can manage questions of loyalty to thy Lord, but we can't not survive with inexperience and uncertainty in leadership. This high time Abigail Storm is named Lord Regent. In peacetime we can revisit. Do I not get a say? I know I can do this. I have learned much these last months, and if thou stand by my side, I can lead. The decision lands with thou. The room awaits. What will be Abigail Storm's role moving forward? We're going to, again, pick Lordsman, because I want to save things like Lord Regent going for a second playthrough. We need unity. The Lord cannot have people looking to thee for thy approval of their choices. A wise choice. Thou hast helped us get to this point. Now it's time to trust in Lord Storm. Very well. Nothing makes the Lord better than trial by fire, I suppose. Abigail Storm bows, embracing their nibbling and swearing vows to support them and represent the house at the High Lord's side. Moving forward, you shall play as Lord Gregor Storm. No, that's... Whatever. Abigail Storm will be returning to the capital to support the High Lord in the name of House Storm. Desperate for change. Well, that's different. I think, according to if I remember my notes correctly, when we did this, we got something like encouraged by unity or something. I thought. Our morale's pretty much bottomed out. Can we see our morale? Which building do I gotta click to find that? That's the barracks. This is gonna be money, right? Yeah, 4.9. Oh, wait, that's the door. I was gonna say I can actually click on that, but yeah, I'm surprised none of these things are clickable. No, that's the barracks again. That's a person. That's our food. I don't know where I would be clicking to find our morale. It's gold again. We got 2 places for gold. So this must lead to stock. Not stock. Carl Bridge. So that leads to Carl Bridge. That's north of us. That means that this direction is south. And we would find Lord Stockton or whatever his name is in this direction. This is probably where he met earlier. And they said buzz off. Yeah, I don't know where to click to find the exact number for morale. There's our tournament fields. Maybe there's nowhere you're allowed to click to find morale, and just a couple of buildings have enabled you to find numbers like gold. Alright, fine. Our morale's nearly bottomed out. I just wanted to see just how bad it was. That's all. I apologize for giving you a world tour, but I mean, I think it's pretty interesting to see just how complex this map is. We are in a new timeline. From here, I will try to make the best choices again, instead of just experimental choices. Emergency construction. With thy neighbor in open rebellion, Castellan Charles Keep and Master-at-Arms Martin Smith meet with... My lord, our soldiers are brave, yet we are woefully unprepared to share a border with an enemy house openly at war with our High Lord. I fear if House Stock strikes us, we will suffer losses. My lord, I have workers at the ready to slide their tasks and rapidly build defenses to help our Master-at-Arms. Just say the word. Alright, last time we built watchtowers and they didn't do anything for us, but we'll go ahead and wait. Is that... Yeah, I think we just picked that again. At once, my lord, I shall dispatch teams and have them built in haste. That'll give us like 0.5 military might. Trade dilemma. As thou makes thy way through the market, merchants' towns will cast worried glances to go about their business. At the far end of the square, a gathering of merchants is in heated discussion, led by Steward Glayman. The merchants are gathered to discuss our trade with Stockholm. Stockholm may be in rebellion, but no official decree has been made forbidding trade yet. We need the Stockholm markets. I sell all of mine flour there. They murdered thy lord. How dare thou think of trading with them? Cease all trade with any merchants associated. Why is morale down if they... I mean, morale should be up because we're fighting against them now. Last time we got morale down because we picked trading, I think. No, we got honor down. I'm not really worried about honor, but I don't want to help my opponent. We are working under the assumption that Lord Stock probably conspired with Carl Bridge to kill the Lord. I assume it's kind of both of them. They both share a responsibility for this. The merchants grumble, but some nod in reluctant agreement. Tension lingers as they exchange worried glances about the future of their profits and stockpiles. Also, oh wait, morale went back up at some point. Okay. I mean, I thought we were gonna bottom out at morale and like lose the game or something. Cease to trade with House Stock. Leg dying out. Whilst meeting with thy advisors, a message brings a sealed scroll to thy steward. The seal is unbroken in the colors of House Stock. The room quiets as Glayman reads the message with a worried look on their face. House Stock has barred passage through the gates of the valley for everybody loyal to the High Lord. No merchants, no travelers, none shall pass. Thou art the only ones permitted to trade with the kingdom at large. So it begins. Their game is one of patience. Cut off the valley from the rest of the kingdom, slowly trying to starve us out, whilst they grow richer. They want us to slowly suffer without their farming and without the kingdom, so should we run low on supplies, the small folk will not care why. Make no mistake that they has declared war on the valley, even if they has not raised a single sword yet. This is just the first move. Trade through the gate of valley closed. Well, we did specifically work on gold and food with our 3 priorities way back in Act 1. Fear of shortages from rebellion. There's not going to be any shortages. We have 3 times the food anybody needs. At least. Can I, like, click on the farm and get more information? Probably not. If anybody has any cloud bulbs over their head. I guess not. That may have just been a one-time thing, but I doubt it. This should probably happen again at some point. Sir Godfrey Malister arrives midday with their retinue, resplendent in their gear to help remind the valley who is truly in charge still. How Storm, it is good to see thee again. I asked orders from the High Lord to pass along. This rebellion is unprecedented, yet the High Lord is clear on one thing: no unprovoked attacks. Lord Stock holds the High Lord's heir in captive. In a case of unfortunate timing, High Heir who are visiting Stockholm at the time of the rebellion cannot risk their life. House Carbridge and House Markave are commanded to mobilize guards to the main road to secure safe passage between the 4 loyal houses. We can't afford to let them cut us off from each other. And House Storm, the High Lord knows thy lands are the closest and most at risk should they grow bolder. The orders are simple: defend thyself and do not let them weaken thee. Time for larger action will come, but now patience and survival are paramount. The town is abuzz with gossip of the rebellion near every day now. Cut off from kingdom, High Lord turns overseas for food and supplies. Canst thou believe the capital now buys food from across the sea? I wonder what it tastes like. This is an outrage. I can't make money selling anywhere near Stockholm, for they be taxing mine goods. This extortion. Watchtower is finished. And the watchtowers there, I think this is actually south of my town. Is it? Yeah, this is the watchtowers are built in the correct direction. My lord, the watchtowers at our border entry points have been erected, and we have guards stationed at them. They shall not deter a full army, yet we will have early warning if any force approaches, and we should be able to hold off small raiding parties from their safety. Plus 5. No morale unrest. That's not good. We have problems growing in the markets and fields. Small folk are becoming more unruly by the week, feeling overworked and despising our family for not helping with their plights more. I talked with the steward. Both food production taxes are down as workers refuse to work as hard as before. I beg of thee, we risk losing the masses' loyalty if we do not take their well-being more seriously. I did take their well-being. The only thing I really did was I quarantined those farmers in our experimentation. Again, that was not my gut choice or anything. But okay, game. Guard orders. I, Master-at-Arms Greasy, ready to discuss deployment of the guard. The rebel stock may be waging war with words, yet we must stand ready to not be caught unaware should they escalate sore. I has additional guards for assignment, yet 3 places they would serve well for thee to pick from. I could bolster the city guard, patrol the woods twixt us and the rebels, or guard the southern road leading to the gate of the valley. Where dost thou want them positioned? Guard the southern road? Stocks station guards at the gate of the valley can't not be trusted. I'm not sure what that means. Like, I assume that his town was in the bottleneck of the valley leading to the rest of the world, right? So how am I just going to fight him for control of the southern road? Woods first patrol the southern... Oh, we get more dialogue here. Woods prevent a large army from getting through, yet small groups of bandits excel in sneaking through. Or if we lose control of the small folk, we are as good as done. Or the gate provides stock, a close fortification to stage any campaign, so we has to be cautious. Well, I'm not sure what this exactly means, but let's go ahead and confirm this choice. We're going to protect this road first and foremost. I too would sleep easier knowing we stand watch over the road with more troops. Plus 4 guard south road. We only get 1 option this time rather than 2 troops. Additional defense of the southern road. Slow war plots. Having been given the simple orders to defend thyself and not allow House Stock to weaken thee, thou and the advisors meet to discuss strategies. We has worked hard to get where we are. Now is the time to use our resources to make moves to steal ourselves from stock machinations. We may not be able to spill blood, yet whispers and subterfuge are still available to us, my lord. You should consider all options available to thee. Thy house is in great shape. He has plenty of resources and can afford to take on 3 new ventures by mine estimates. What should we commit to first? Let's pay town criers because we need morale. Many in Stockholm disagree with the Lord's actions. We can get them to defect potentially. Or, the loyal houses relying foreign trade means more trips to the capital. We can provide the caravans. Without house stock food, the High Lord will need new sources to feed the valley. We can't spill blood, yet others can be convinced that live outside the law. Or, art thou sure? Now is the best time if we are to take actions. Alright, so we do actually have 3 bags of gold here. I don't know if that helps any. Because if we had none, would he actually have said we can try 3? We're going to pay town criers first. Oh, that's in Stockholm. I was thinking that was raise our morale, but it still might. Attracting defectors. Those still loyal to the High Lord need to hear our message. I will send the whispers to the criers there. They will erode them from within. What else, my lord? Let's go ahead and raise food production, I guess. I'm not terribly worried about it, but maybe this will help our cause. Oh, it does say it raises morale, so hire additional laborers to increase food production. Consider it done. We shall hire additional hands immediately. What else, my lord? Hire additional merchants to boost trade. I'm going to go ahead and follow the High Lord's order, but I don't think he would care if I did that. The loyal house is relying on foreign trade. Yeah. We will keep the flow of supplies moving, my lord. We'll become the new Lord stock. So we bribed for 1 gold. Getting 8 farmers for... what was it? Oh yeah, hiring farmers to... I like that they sometimes just roll over. That's kind of funny. But it costs us some gold, but we get more long-term food. And better morale. And then hire new merchants. Losing in the short term, but gaining in the long term. We still have enough for 1 more deed, actually. We still have 1 whole bag of gold. Alright, that's all our sick people reassigned. Tested hunting grounds. Responding to rumored tension, thou meets with a group of thine hunters at their hunting cabins. My lord, we has been having trouble in the woods of late. There has been an increase in misunderstandings with stocks, hunters, and loggers. They're frequently attempting to operate in our portion of the woods. They claim ignorance, yet it is evident they are trying to take advantage with the blessing of their liege nobles. We are doing our best, yet they are coordinated and crossing our lands at different points and far apart, leaving us chasing more than apprehending. Because I didn't put people in the woods, this is what my penalty for that. The Miller's Descent. My lord, the town is growing more restless. The Rivershaw family has been stirring up trouble, claiming the tariffs and blockade by House Stock are bleeding them dry. Rather than blame the rebels, they blame us for blindly following the High Lord and wish for the well-being of their business to make deals with House Stock. Dude, they killed our lord. Make peace with those guilty of killing their liege lord? Yeah, what madness. The Rivershaws should not be taken lightly. They lead the Millers Guild after all, and while loyal to thy house, they are quite influential in Zappington. With the Millers in their pocket, they hold a fair amount of pull with the small folk. The steward's point rings true. The Miller's Guild generates the most gold. It's likely the reason House Storm is a major house in the valley. Nonetheless, the guards has kept peace, and the dissent is only whispers at this point. I also defended them at every turn. We has been diligent to break up any discussion slandering the High Lord's judgment. No, nobody has anything to say? I think that nothing I pick here will matter then. I guess we'll just stay diligent. I would just say, send my guys in and kick their teeth in. But okay. Stay diligent. We can't allow dissent in times as this. Aye, my lord. We shall keep thou informed of any future concerns. Growing dissent over rebellion. -5 short term. Stockholm ban. My lord, we could have assumed this would come. The High Lord has placed an official embargo on trade with House Stock. As we already ceased trading with rebels, I expect this will only affect where the other houses turn to trade. This may yet prove good for us. Okay. We'll have to go back to him for Caravan Palace. We're just gonna kind of go in order. Blood in the woods. News reaches thee quickly of a skirmish that broke out in the southern woods. Amid worries of stock forces, thou gathers available guards and hurries to the hunting cabin. You arrive to see thy guards in high spirits despite blood on their weapons and gear. Lord, 'tis a good day indeed. We defeated a bandit gang, the Ragged Sons, and sent them running. Pushing through the group, thy master-at-arms finds their way to thee. 'Tis true, my lord. The bandits moved to attack the hunters' camp here. Luckily, the guards stationed on the south road saw them coming and came to the hunters' defense. Our soldiers turned the tide, routing them immediately and incurring heavy enemy losses. The Ragged Sons were armed with castle-forged steel, and 'twere yelling that no noble orders were worth dying. Seems House Stock hath found a way to fight a war without getting their own folks bloody. Yet in the end, the something belongs to us. Can't see it. Day. Thou leave the soldiers to celebrate. After weeks of increased patrols, their victory was well earned and a blow to the rebel plans, I assume. I wonder if we would have been able to get away with paying the bandits instead, so that we wouldn't have to deal with this. And that means I would be free not to post my soldiers. I'm kind of curious just like how much interwoven some of these things are. Food for the realm. My lord, I has been hearing reports from the other loyal houses. Whilst many struggle to keep food stores with House Stock charging extortionist fees on their produce and meats, House Storm is managing well. In fact, we are managing to send extra foods out to the High Lord for distribution, much to their praise. Increase earnings from existing trade deals. Feeding High Lord loyal houses. Well, I think we're at max honor now. Keep jumping in my way. My lord, it appears that our caravans and traders are as busy as ever. With the kingdom blockaded from us, 'tis surprising, yet there be many extra supplies and goods being delivered to the capital port. The High Lord hath been desperate for carts to move it to the other houses. We has cartloads coming here, of course, yet of more value is our caravanners are transporting wagon loads all throughout the valley. In short order, Zappington may soon be referred to as the Caravan Palace. Increased trade route earnings. Yeah, we are max 5-5. It doesn't get higher than that. We can only lose more. Outbringer have the max honor for a turn. Desperate plea. Amid a council meeting, the Whisperhead arrives late with her usual shadow-like grace, holding a small and ragged note. My lord, we've received word, a plea born on hidden wings. The High Heir, they are desperate and planning something dangerous. The High Heir has been held hostage in Stockholm since the start of the rebellion. 'Tis the reason the High Lord hath not marched or called banners yet. They beg thee of help, with plans to make their escape within the week, with or wanting of aid. I promised this a long time ago. I told you that if you did your job, I would give you hair. And thus, you now have long, luxurious locks. Fool's errand and a risk. Should it go awry, House Stock will tighten their grip like a noose. We has the chance to save the High Lord's own heir. Forget the gratitude and boon from the High Lord themselves. The rebels will lose their leverage over the High Lord. Alright, I'm gonna go feed my piggies. We has the chance to save the High Lord's own heir. Forget the gratitude and boon from the High Lord himself. The rebels will lose their leverage over the High Lord. What if this is a trap? If you're implicated in a failed escape, House Stock would have all the justification they need to march upon Zappington. So the team, bold, risky, dangerous, all the hallmarks of a good plan. That's what they're... Oh, that's our Master at Arms. That's not the Castellan. Seek a team through the woods near Edge near Stockholm, be ready to assist should the High Heir succeed. Thus unlikely we get into the town undetected, yet we can be ready with horses to secure the High Heir. Should we act and fail, we likely damn the High Heir and ourselves. I'm gonna pick this one because it sounds the most exciting, really. But realistically, I think under normal circumstances, I'd pick this. I'm not... How do I phrase this? I'm kind of half between playing for, I guess, comedic value and playing seriously, because we already concluded our original timeline, right? All of this, what I would consider bonus stuff. This is way more bonus than I thought it would be. So we're just gonna pick this. The room, unprepared to plan a heist, takes a moment to gather their thoughts. I has just as skilled fighters in case they need to fight their way out. They can go with one of mine, Whisper Ears. There are paths none else know of to get near the town. Best be unknown fighters, can't risk them being recognized by anyone in Stockholm. You leave thy advisors to their work, already wondering which message thou will have to write in a week's time to send to the High Lord. Also, let me make sure we've already... Yeah, we didn't change this guy back to black yet. Where's color? There we go. Now everybody's wearing original colors. Outside in the market square, Thara led to a crowd of small folk brimming with energy. At the center stands Alaric Rivershaw, riling up the small folk with tales of hardship. His family of House Storm. That's one. Oh yeah, this is the Miller dude, huh? How long must we suffer under these terrors? Our trade with the Kingdom is strangled, and we are left to starve while the High Lord does nothing. They command us to work twice as hard just so we can send our goods away to a valley, following a High Lord that cares not to pay us what 'tis worth. Why should we suffer when we have only to make peace and cut a deal with those in the valley that can help? A hush runs over the crowd as thy arrival is recognized. Alaric stares defiantly, waiting for you to what you has to say about their woes. Alaric, 'tis practical, they just need to be heard. They think we have grown soft, let them fear us rather than rally behind Rivershaw. Speak to their hearts. Hearts are fickle and need to be recognized. Sometimes force needs no swords. Remind Rivershaw who rules these lands. That would increase our morale, apparently. Wait, one of these grayed out for a second. Oh, if I click up here, like if I click anything, if I miss the button, basically. So this will give me gold. I don't need gold. Now this doesn't give us anything. And it's not necessarily what I would necessarily pick. Our job isn't to try to smack down the people who are being incited. We should really deal with Heirarchy himself. I feel like we should just deal with Heirarchy. No beating around the bush. Rivershaw, thou would do best to remember thy place. If thou values thy position in Zappington, stop stirring up dissent ere I find somebody else to lead the Miller's Guild. The threat lands. The small folk grow silent, while anxiously watching the confrontation unfold. After a long pause, Heirarchy and Rivershaw manage to unclench their fists as they respond with a hard expression. I only seek what is best for the people. This conflict has been taxing for all. Dude, his dad died. And you're worried about not making as much money? Yet I fear thou mistake my passion for a challenge twere not. We shall fall in line. The crowd murmurs and turns to get back to their tasks, wary to make eye contact with any guards. Avoided violence. Yeah, we have no. Well, I would say we postpone violence. You always want to leave violence as an option. There you go. Words of wisdom. The anxious wait. Thou stand at the staging area with thy master of arms in the dark woods, waiting for the return of the rescue party. After a busy week of preparation, care of planning, the wait for their return proves to be most anxious part of the plan. Finding the crunch of footsteps approaches through the woods. Leading the way is Captain Alden, dirty but steady. Behind them is the high heir Sir Brighton Bennington, looking haggard and yet most importantly alive. Proud defender of their High Lord, known to abuse their position, often found in the seedier watering holes. This was close, my lord. The guards fell upon us, we lost one of our own. I thought we were done for. Also in that war against, something bridge, I never can remember his name. We lost 3 dudes in that fight. They died immediately, I think probably arrows or something. Imagine my surprise when a group of peasants got in the guard's way, ushering us to an alley for our escape. The town criers had carried our message and saved the day. Oh, that's nice. The rescue party gave good-natured laughs as Sir Brighton steps forward and takes a knee in front of thee. I wonder if there's anything else I could have done. Maybe if we sent the bandits after them, they'd have fewer soldiers and we wouldn't have lost them. Again, if I'm gonna make notes of all of these, because I've already written down every event in the game, all of the dialogue choices, and then for the ones I've picked, I've written down all of the consequences for them. So all I need to do is just kind of gather a couple more of my thoughts together, and we can try for a really good run. If that's something people want to see. The second run is I probably will completely try to be a pushover rather than be the proud defender of the people. I'll try to be a complete pushover and see if the king still dies. He probably does, but I want to see. But that won't be the whole second run. I think we'll do like that'll be like the warm-up run or something. I owe thee and thy house mine life. There are no words for what thou hast done. I am indebted to thy house, and will ride first thing on the morrow to the High Lord and tell them of thy deeds. Rescue the high heir from House Stock. And we are just so honorable right now. Good news about the rebellion. But honor is pretty worthless. It didn't do anything for us at any point. It took no time at all for word to reach the High Lord. They were set at their forward encampment in the Middlelands, receiving updates from their spies, no doubt. Greetings, gramercy for thy time. I hast direct orders from the High Lord for thee. The cowards held mine heir hostage to stay our armies. Yet Sir Brighton 'tis finally free and out of their reach. 'Tis time to call the banners. Every loyal house to raise their armies. House Marcave shall join mine host, and we shall march on Stockholm from the main road. House Carlbridge and House Storm shall meet south of Zappington and take the gate of the valley from the rebels. Now, I did say that I probably suspect that these two are in the cahoots with each other. That way, that's why you can find evidence leading to both parties, and it probably leads to similar outcomes if you accuse Carlbridge, and if it manages to stick, right? If I manage to get all of the evidence or something, and didn't accidentally or out of curiosity pick the House Storm found an opportunity, right? So I'm assuming that both of them are partially responsible because of gamification. But if that's the case, realistically, both of those houses should have just attacked the High Lord rather than worrying about Zappington. Shall beat south of Zappington and take the gate of the valley. Together we shall in-stock and reunite this valley. The time to march has arrived. How many art thou going to send to war? Raise every able-bodied person we can. Now is not the time to hold back. We must help bring them to justice. We still share a border, but we should at least keep someone home from defending. Nah, this is personal now. I will see to it myself. The army will gather in a temporary camp south of town. May the gods be with thee. I will do mine best to keep the peace with the bare minimum. Get revenge for Dad. Thing is, I still not even 100% convinced that this is the right thing. But this is the exploration where we have consigned ourselves to. I wonder if that Mark dude will attack my village because I sent all my people out. That would be kind of interesting too. Again, we are diverting from some of our previous decisions, what I consider optimal decisions I had made at the time. We're picking some suboptimal ones just a little bit to get a bit of a different dialogue. With the arrival of the Carlbridge host, Zappington is abuzz with activity. Their armies are a sight to behold, well-trained and well-armed, yet the gates of the valley are a formidable fort and every soldier will be needed to succeed. Meet Lord Carlbridge, standing tall and proud looking over the armies, thou discuss plans for the fight. I was wondering when this day would come, when we would retake the gate of the valley and restore control to the High Lord. Thou was impressed over the last year. I must say I am not so proud as to admit I had underestimated thee. As those that have stood against the machinations of the rebels most, I offer House Storm the honor of leading the vanguard. The vanguard? In front of the assault? This is a dangerous assignment, yet a place to earn high honors as we break their defenses. I believe thou hast earned it. After the fight is done, our soldiers will march north to Stockholm to meet with the High Lord's host, and thou can do what thou wish with the fort. Thou take a moment to converse with thy advisors. It would be a great honor to fight in the vanguard. We will lose soldiers, yet our contribution will surely be remembered. I only fear of a counterattack on Zappington. Rebels will be busy fighting two fronts, so it is unlikely yet we will be hard-pressed to respond from the vanguard should Zappington come under attack. Where shall House Storm send their army? In this case, we already know that Marcus, or whatever his name is, betrayed the High Lord, but he betrayed to help House Carlbridge, or whatever his name is, in the original timeline that we have on our playtest or episode. I'm going to assume that he's still going to betray. He's just going to betray for the other side, that is. I'm going to assume that he's going to attack, but I just want to see where this goes. Accept the vanguard. House Storm leads the charge. Our soldiers are ready. Let us seize the honor of reopening the valley to the kingdom. Or a safe choice be part of the fight, yet save our soldiers from the most dangerous role. No, we are leading the charge. Excellent. I look forward to seeing thy house's bravery on the field. Damn, whole military camp here. They can't click on any of them though. That's unfortunate. With thine army at the front, the combined army of Houses Carlbridge and Storm stand ready to assault the gates of the valley. The rebel stock forces stand prepared to meet thee, archers atop the tall towers. Thankfully, the fortress is not built expecting an assault from this side, so the main wall is rendered nearly useless. Thy troops in the vanguard charge, clashing against the rebels. The stock guards are some of the best in the valley, yet thy host is giving them all they can handle. My lord, the Storm Vanguard is handling the main lines admirably, yet the enemy is making a move to escape. They appear to be making for the woods towards Zappington. Order our forces to catch them. We can't not let them counterattack Zappington. As the rebels attempt to steal a strike force through the woods, the Carlbridge host catches them from the flank and renders their attack useless. Oh, thanks, dude. He helped. Yeah, I did say that I wanted to honor him. I was gonna... I didn't want to execute him. Surrounded and outmatched, the remaining stock soldiers surrender. The day is yours and the ferocious vanguards of thine house. It was not Sparta. Defeat House Stock at the gates of the valley from the vanguard. Advance to epilogue. The battle for the gates of the valley was a resounding defeat for the House Stock army. With the gates secure, the two armies turned their attention north to join the High Lord at Stockholm. Stockholm soon found itself surrounded, beset with the High Lord's army marching from the north and the combined Storm and Carlbridge hosts from the south. With the end of the rebellion evident, the High Lord found the city with banners lowered and knees bent in surrender. Accepting their surrender, the High Lord sentenced Sir Philip of Stock and their closest advisors to exile from the Western Valley, never to be allowed to return. To ensure loyalty of the remaining stock members, their children were to be sent to live with the other noble houses as wards and squires. The new Lord Stock would go on to marry into the Bennington family, further solidifying their loyalties. With the rebellion put down, the High Lord Sir Beauregard, Bennington worked to restore the Western Valley to its former strength. They worked tirelessly with the new Lord of Stockholm to ensure stability there. So did I fight in the vanguard for nothing? With shortages of nearly every type, only House Carlbridge was able to assist the High Lord in buying excess resources now that their access to the kingdom at large was restored. I mean, I was a pretty rich house, but okay, game. With the rebellion over, Zappington began to return to a sense of normalcy not felt since the plague. Relations with the fellow sworn houses loyal to the High Lord have returned to their peaceful, if not competitive ways. Thy house managed to hold up its place as a major noble house, if not still the smallest. Through the many trials and tribulations, the prestige of the name House Storm suffered with many, that thou needst not adoration for thy house to survive. In spite of their tragic circumstances behind their rise to power, Abigail Storm's firm leadership kept their house together through an assassination, plague, and rebellion. No, it was not Abigail. I mean, kind of Abigail, but he's not the regent. I think this section of the flag's epilogue thing is not right. Out of our two endings, we have never gotten it right in the dialogue here. Praised for their experience, none opposed Abigail Storm maintained their role as Lord Regent for years. He's just holding his dog, looking sad. Gregor Storm learned everything. That's not Gregor, though. That's the dad. Gregor Storm learned everything they could from Abigail, determined to be ready for their time to rule. Also, I didn't load once for our first playthrough, so that has nothing to do with the ending being broken. This time I had to load, obviously, since we just finished a game. With their combined presence, House Storm stood strong and found a new place of stability among the High Lords of sworn houses. We didn't get to elevate our house. We didn't become a major house. We're still the tiniest. That's why I sent my guys in the Vanguard. I mean, not that it makes a difference, that was the end of the game, but I thought maybe it could get a slightly better epilogue than that. This is the tale of House Storm in the Western Valley. Good mercy for playing. You're bowing the wrong way, kid. Turn around. And this guy's still standing there. He did that last time, too, in the credits. Okay. I actually was kind of surprised that Act 4 changed so much. It was still very short. I don't know if the house stock was much shorter than the Carlbridge one, but it felt very short. Alright. Anyways, there still looks like there's a lot of game left to explore. If that's something that you want to support, please, again, like I said the last time, please hit that like button and leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching Tran Plays My Liege. I'll see you next time.